What's up, everybody? Welcome back to round number 5 of the JAF Championship. And right here, we see a map of a circuit that most of us should be familiar about. And this is, of course, the Suzuka, not Street Circuit, Suzuka Circuit here in the Mie Prefecture in Japan. And once again, we have crossed the pond once more from the United States in round 4. We went from Austin, Texas, all the way here to Suzuka, Japan. So we are here for round number 5 of season 5 of the JF, and this will be your halfway mark of the season in the JF. Time flies really quickly, isn't it? I mean, we only have 10 rounds here in the JF this season, and we're already here in round number 5. So I guess it's really reaching the halfway mark of this season, and I'm pretty sure that most of you would really want to see how does the championship standings look like. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at the championship standings before we carry on. So this is how the Drivers' Championship looks like at the moment. So without further ado, let's bring across the Drivers' Championship standings and who's leading. So here it is, Constructors. We have a little bit of a tie here between Aston Martin and Haas with 73 points, McLaren with 45 points, and the rest just keep going down. So pretty tight for the Constructors' Championship here. Look at that. Aston Martin and Haas both tied at 73, McLaren 45, Red Bull with 37, Alpine with 35, Alfa Romeo with 26, Ferrari 24, AlphaTauri 23, Williams 13, and finally in 10th place with Mercedes with just 10 points. But it's interesting to note that as opposed to the past seasons of the GF, within just 4 races completed, we have all 10 teams scoring points, and not just any points. All 10 teams have double-digit points at this point of time. But we might have a huge battle at the top as well. But let's not forget our midfield battle in the Constructors are equally tight as well. We have from 10th place at McLaren with 45 points, all the way down to Mercedes in 10th. Only 35 points separate them. So let's just say if Mercedes were to score 1-2 this evening, they are going to usurp McLaren. They have a chance of usurping McLaren in 3rd place for 3rd place. So anything's possible here in the GF, and especially with the current penalty system, well, any team has the potential to lose or gain points with every race indeed. So big talk at the top as well. Aston Martin with we have Technomancer as well as Moshi Peach. Both of them have been working really closely together to ensure that they extract the most out of every race. And of course, we have 3rd place McLaren with the likes of Maple Leaf and Mangosteen, both of them equally serious on the championship as well. They have been really practicing every single race conscientiously as well. So both of them, actually in the Drivers' Championship standings, they are closely matched in 6th and 7th place. So it is pretty evenly matched between 2 McLaren drivers, and we are expecting to see both drivers having a very close kinship towards the end of this season as well. But looking back at the Drivers' Championship standings, Drivers' Championship-wise, we have Destiel leading the pack with 77 points. But I don't know why with Haas with 73 points. You know, I mean, that's a big question that you guys must be asking. Oh, why does Destiel have 77 points, whereas Haas has 73 points? How can a driver have more points than a constructor itself? Well, in case you're uninitiated at this point of time, that's the reason. The reason behind this is because we have punitive system for drivers who contravene the rules. Now, for this season of the JF, we have punitive measures for in terms of the Drivers' Championship points if you break the rules and are caught by the steward. So in terms of Destiel's teammate, which is Nuts, he has a grand total of -4 points as a result of cumulative penalties over the first 4 races of the season. So that explains why he's deep down back in the lower echelons of the Drivers' Championships, but Destiel really carrying the entire Haas team on his back with 77 points. Technomancer as well in Aston Martin, let's not discount him, just 9 points away from Destiel with 68 points. He's really in striking distance with Destiel. So this is shaping up to be a very interesting battle for the overall Drivers' Champion for the season. We have Destiel, who we know has been really quick, lap after lap after lap, But when we do have Takumansa, who is just, well, he's not been winning races, but just been all really, really consistent there. He's been getting consistent points, scoring in the top 5 for every one of the first 4 races. So that's how it's ended up with 68 points so far, with an average of 17 points per race. So Takumansa, keep an eye out for him. He's really, really trying to make some inroads in Destia and giving a little bit of a worry towards the middle part of his championship. For third place, you have Carl with 38 points. Definitely not winning striking distance of Takumansa, but he'll be leading the upper midfield with Wayne closely behind with 36 points, SSTD with 28, the two McLarens with 27 and 18 points, Skipper with 15. Then we have Ryan and Heejin. Let's talk about the two Alfa Romeos there. They might not be quick, but then they have been abiding by the rules every single time, and they've just been keeping themselves out of trouble. I mean, we all know that he has been, we all know that he's been keeping themselves like synchronized spinning. They have been evenly matched in terms of pace, but they have this teamwork between both of them, and that enables them to keep them within the top 10. So hats off to Ryan and Heejin to actually work together as a team to propel themselves up to the top 10 for both of them. So as for the bottom 10, all hope is not lost. I mean, we all know that here in the JAF, anything can happen, of course, and anyone in bottom 10, well, definitely can spur some surprises up. And well, if we're looking at the second now in Suzuka, pretty sure if you have been practicing as a driver here in Suzuka, we all know that this is one of the most incident-prone circuits in the JF calendar here. Although we know that the previous circuit and this circuit in Suzuka, they share a lot of similarities, but especially with the Ascon in Sector 1, we know this is definitely a circuit which favors the brave, favors the drivers who have lots of sense of control through the first sector, especially. So, in terms of a pundit's point of view, it is easy to say that, hey, it's going to be the same order. It's going to be the same order from the United States Grand Prix. They're going to finish in the same order as it is for round number 4. But of course, as you all know, this is JF. We might have a very clean sheet here in the previous race, which is the United States Grand Prix, but it's definitely not going to be the case for Suzuka, whereby the curbs are way, way more dangerous, and certainly, especially those in sectors 1 and 2, those curbs are dangerous enough to send you straight into the wall. So definitely these drivers would be well aware of that and would really try to avoid those curbs as much as possible. So speaking on the drivers, in case you're not aware of who the drivers are, especially for first-time viewers to the JF, let's give you a quick introduction of two of those teams. And today we'll go through the Red Bull and the Mercedes team. So first up, let's look at the two Red Bull drivers for this season. So for the Red Bull drivers here, we have Wayne, or as on screen, we've always addressed myself as Wayne Boopy Doopy. I have no idea what Boopy Doopy stands for, but well, I'm certainly pretty sure he's Boopy Doopy all the way up to P4 on the standings, and his time in Bahrain is pretty quick as well, with 128.467. It's supposed to see him with 129.827. Now, Simi and Ramin, I mean, both of them are rookies here, and apparently both of them, well, they know each other for really, I don't know if they know each other, but both of them apparently did a bit of stalking, and they apparently are on the same Discord service out of the JF. So, by sheer coincidence, they are apparently what, I don't know, they share common interests of some of this e-racing scene. Maybe Ramen might be able to give us some enlightenment about this, but given that he is 1.4 seconds off his teammate, that doesn't mean he's going to be well off the pace. We've seen Ramen actually making some inroads of the top 10, threatening top 10 for some points occasionally, but just getting to one too many incidents over the past 4 races. And well, Suzuka, if he's going to be playing it safe, probably he might be able to carry his team a little bit and catch up to Wayne's performance of 36 points so far. So it might be really interesting for Ramen to see what can he do for the Red Bull team for race number 5 this season. Especially both of them are both rookies to the JF. And Wayne apparently having a very stellar performance here, ranked 3rd of all the rookies in the current JF standings. But that leaves much to say that the rookies have been performing really well this season, especially with Destiel, Kong, SST, Mangosteen. Actually, if you think about it, five drivers out of the top six are rookies to the JAF. So we can't discount them as being pure rookies. We know that there are packs and paces within them. So this is definitely a talking point for this season, the JF. Now let's look at the Mercedes team as well. Let's look about it. Let's go to the Mercedes team, and which consists of Beeson as well as who's the other driver? That's Nick. So Beeson as well, with a time of 128.74, that closely matches Wayne, but unfortunately just couldn't materialize and convert that into championship points. Nick as well, with 129.7. Now, Mercedes are right at the bottom of the constructors' standings at this point in time, but, well, obviously, that's for the first 4 races. And it's a long championship. We have 6 more races, including tonight's race, remaining on the calendar. So, definitely, this leaves the door wide open for any team to at the top to go down and any team at the bottom to go up. So, anything can happen here. Yes, Sinpo, is Sue, of course. And Sinpo, obviously, in the Williams, would really hope for some luck to come his way this evening, especially for the recent spate of incidents Sinpo has went through. Sinpo, honestly, with one of the most perfect attendance records of any driver in the GF so far. This is one feat that I don't think any driver has managed to achieve so far. So hats off to Sinpo right here. Good shout out to Sinpo as well, who has attended easily over 90% of the GF races so far. I've never seen any driver as dedicated as Sinpo thus far. Now, speaking of attendance for this race, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 3 absentees. Well, Wayne's attendance remains the status quo, so let's put it at 4. Reserves will be Neuterwit today. Scoopy might be on middle weekend as well, so we might only, at the worst case scenario, have 16 drivers. 16 drivers for today's race. And I'm pretty sure that hopefully we'll have 80 drivers at most, because let's assume Wayne is coming in, and that leaves us with 2 absentees. Is it 1, 2, 3? Yes, 2 absentees after Neudwit's confirmation, and Scoopy, as our second reserve driver, might be able to join in as well. So, in the best case scenario, we might have 19 drivers, but of course, ideally, we should be hoping for future races to be like the previous race in the United States, whereby we have a full suite of 20 drivers. Well, I don't think we have such a perfect attendance in the GF before. We have all 20 drivers without considering the reserves all attend the race so far. So that's a huge factor to consider in the United States Grand Prix. So, of course, let's hope for the second half of the GF, it will be better. Meanwhile, the time is counting down here with 2 more minutes to the start of qualifying. And of course, it is a very hot day in Singapore today. And for those of you in Singapore who are watching the stream right now, do remember to drink up, because today's the hottest day in Singapore here. And obviously, if you are thinking about the weather in Japan, of course, in Suzuka especially, well, I second you as well. I mean, it is Japan. People in Singapore love Japan as a tourist destination for its cool weather, everything, and yes, everything. And yes, hi, Rashan Robert. Welcome to the stream. Why is this championship not crossplay? I don't know why as well, but let's have. We'll take in the suggestion for the next season of the GF, and hopefully we'll see you as a driver next season. But for now, just enjoy the race, and I'm pretty sure that you have a really enjoyable and exciting race for tonight, as it is for every season of the JF. So, drivers just getting to the seats at this point in time. We are just about a minute from the start of the qualifying session. So, let's put in your predictions here. Who do you think is getting a snack pole for this, for the Japanese Grand Prix here in Suzuka? Is it going to be Tachomancer? Is it going to be Destiel? Is it going to be Kong himself? We don't know. Well, obviously we have both Kong. We know Kong has lots of pace in Alpine, one of the fastest drivers out there, and consistently challenging Destiel over the past few races. We don't know, but it is qualifying, and this will set up the grid for the round number 5 of the JAF. So let's have a look. And we have drivers just starting radio. We have 15 drivers so far. I don't know who are the reserves here, but just 15 drivers will make up the full qualifying session in today's race. So that's it. It's going to be FP1 to Q2 to Q3. Let's go. Qualifying 1 is about to get underway. So welcome to Q1 of the Japanese Grand Prix. We have 15 drivers who are participating today, and we have a couple of drivers, BCM and SSTD, with some are disconnected from the session. Not that it matters anyway in terms of the results, because effectively the game will consider the bottom 5 from P16 to P20 as the drivers to be relegated. So long as these drivers do not crash out into the wall and the car is in repairable condition to continue the second and third parts of qualifying, they are allowed to continue. So these drivers would be taking Q1, this 18 minutes, as a familiarization session for the track. This is effectively a free practice session without any sort of penalty for these drivers. So these drivers really want to take it easy to ensure that they... Oh, look at them. Alfa Romeo just getting out. But oh, they're both Alfa Romeos getting out. So that's definitely a component of teamwork we're talking about here. But yes, these drivers really, really want to try to get themselves acclimatized to the circuit. And especially, Ryan has opted to retire. So yes, Ryan thinks he doesn't need to take any further part of qualifying, so he decided to just give himself a little break, 18 minutes, and probably mentor his teammate Heejin, who's on an out lap. So let's look about of Heejin at this point of time, who will be our first driver to set an indicative lap time as it is. Heejin, oh, look at that, through the second Dagner, just not being as stable through that on the second Dagner. He needs to be really careful right there. And just letting another driver through. That should be a Nick. Nick's on the first. Will be now leading the pack to set their installation laps. So let's have a look at a Nick this point of time. Nick now going through the spoon corner, and they apparently love to take these curbs really aggressively. I don't recommend they do that, especially at this stage of the qualifying session. And SS38 getting a little bit of a, support from his, one of the viewers, Urshad. Welcome to the stream. And yes, let's go SS38. Let's hope he does. That's a great performance right here and further his lead in the championship standings. But now let's go on board with Nick, who's going on medium tires and trying to familiarize himself with what could be a potential race starting tire. So let's go with Nick, who's negotiating the first corner, now preparing himself to go onto the ass curves. And you can tell this is a circuit which does not... obviously, he's trying to stay away from the curves. You know how dangerous it is. And on the medium tires, even more so because they're not warmed up properly. So, one lap to warm up those medium tires, definitely not enough. First active lap time is a 34.0. So, perhaps he's on race trim. He's not going to set a qualifying indicative lap time, but let's go on board with him and see how these medium tires fare in this so-called free practice session. And Nick now going through turns 8 and 9 after the second Dagner through 200R now as he lines his car approach the spoon. Let's see how negotiate Spoon nicely indeed. Perfect placement of the car to choose Spoon. Now, lines his car up for 130R. It's going to be flat now. Through sector 2, his time is going to be 1 minute 15.164. Flat through 130R. Then through the Castle Triangle and invalidates his lap time. So that's not going to count for Nick. Heejin right behind on the soft tires is 1 second faster. So Heejin would be setting our benchmark lap time for the race. Is going to be a 1 minute 31.355 from Heejin. Next up is Takumansa, who's actually 4 tenths up on Heejin through the second sector alone. Takumansa now through the final corner. Certainly is going to beat lap time by a huge margin. It's going to be a 1:38.41, half a second faster than Heejin right there. What about next driver, which is going to be Kong on the medium tires, actually matching Taco on the soft tires. So Kong really going quick there. Momo goes second fastest, 1:21.128. Kong now, is it going to go fastest? Yes, it's 1:36.16 on the medium tires. Next up to cross the line would be Wayne Boopy Doopy. Wayne actually mashing Kong, but on the soft tires. So let's see what Wayne's going to do. Wayne is now rounding up the final corner. Wayne does a 1:30.687 behind Kong. Now, what about other drivers on the hot lap? It's going to be... No, Ramon's back off. Now, SS38 spins! SS38 spins! Is he going to damage his front wing? Not quite, but that's going to hamper his lap time. SS38 has spun down at turn number 6. At the end of the S-curves, SS38 needs to wait for the traffic to clear before he rejoins the SS, rejoined perfectly, but a viewer's curse right there. Urshan rooting for SS38, but now SS38 having to go again on those flat-spotted medium tires. That's not what he wants, especially. Now, another driver is completing his lap is Sinpo. Sinpo now completing the Spoon corner. Sinpo now going to the 130R. What's the lap time going to be? Is slow. 1:15.52 seconds off Kong in the second sector. What can Sinpo do? There's a little bit of traffic ahead of him. Doesn't get his line right through the Castle Triangle. Sinpo on the soft tires, a little bit edge right there. It's going to be 1 minute 32.812. Goes P6. So definitely, well, hopefully you're going to go get Taku has decided to retire from the session, having enough practice. Now, next driver is B-Sim. B-Sim now completing his level of medium tires as well. So most of these drivers going on a practice session right now. Let's go with B-Sim, who's completing his lap, is going to be P9 with 2 minute 8.248. Perhaps his lap time to doing a second lap to warm up his tires. Now, any lap times that are going to appear, SS38 also doing a warm up tire. But now, Noiderate. Let's go above Noiderate. Purple second sector. That's quick. That's quick for Noiderate. So, what can Noiderate do from Williams' team? We know Sinpo has been really slow and slow Williams driver, but what can Noiderate do? Can he carry the Williams team as a reserve driver? Can he? Can. 3 tenths faster than Kong and goes to the top of the time sheets. 1:30.313. Now, any drivers on the hot lap here? Nick now completing his final corner through the Castle Triangle. What can Nick do? It's going to be 1 minute 32.60 goes P8, just right ahead of Sinpo. Now, SS38 clearly on a cleaner lap. Let's see what we can do. There's a spin. There's a car which is done for. This car is damaged. Now, there's a Mercedes stuck after the hairpin. Who is that? That's B-Sim. B-Sim, yes, he's got terminal damage. So, B-Sim and the Mercedes spun out of the hairpin, and we say, don't push too much, especially considering this is a lap whereby you shouldn't be in the first place. This is effectively a free practice session, so B-Sim would be starting plumb last at P15 for this qualifying session. Now let's go with SS38, who's clearly made it unlucky with that spin earlier, but now he's definitely looking to make the demands here. SS38 now goes to the standings in P7, 121.077 on the medium compound tires. Next driver, what about Dastio? We talked so much about Dastio, he's going on hard tires. What can the hard tires do? He's actually done a 32.2 in the first sector. What about in the second sector now? Dastio through 200R, actually making the hard tires seem like a soft tire here. He's really, really confident in his tires here. True spoon. Let's see how it goes. Oh, balance it nicely. True. The curb strike here make it so easy for auto drivers. Can he go to the top of the standings here on the hard tires? Let's see. Completing sector 2. He is not quite half a second down on Nodri, but he's 2 compounds down compared to the top 2 of the standings, Nodri and Momo. So this is really promising the pace from Destiel, who's going through the castle triangle now. And that's 1 minute 30.738 P5. Not too shabby at all, considering he's on the hard compound tires. Now, I have a couple of drivers who are. This is really a really quick field right here. And actually, we have very, very tightly matched front few at this point of time. From Noidere all the way down to Heejin, 1 second separating the top 9. And we're talking into such a technical circuit such as Suzuka. This is a really hotly contested qualifying field we're looking at. So, let's have a look at some drivers who are still on the hot lap. Not quite, we don't have any drivers really on the hot lap now. Most drivers opting just to stay in the pits, rethink about their strategy, and prepare how Q2 is going to be like. Let's really look at drivers going to in-lap, Nodri on an in-lap, Destiel on warm-up lap, Ramen on another warm-up lap, perhaps just in-lap, Wayne and Maple Leaf, Sinpo all on an out-lap. So they're going for the second set of tires. The others, perhaps, hopefully save a set of tires in case they ruined one in Q2. We've seen how multiple drivers have already spun out, or even to the likes of B-Sim already have given themselves up. They've already damaged the car to the point they're not going to take any further part in qualifying. So we already know how dangerous the Suzuka circuit is. So if you have already done the relevant practice that you need, you might be thinking to yourself, what's the point? What's the point of doing another qualifying run and risking yourself not being able to take any further part of qualifying in Q2 and Q3? Considering there's only 15 drivers participating in today's race, you really wouldn't want to take any risk as such. Destiel, looking at his already deciding to call it a day and retire from the session. So 4 drivers have already called it a day then. In fact, our strongest drivers there, we have Kong, Destiel, and Techromancer. Our top 3 in the championship standings have decided to just go in a day and take up the championship. They know they have the relevant pace. They know they are able to challenge for the top 10. And maybe just save the 6 minutes for those drivers who need extra practice. Now, who's on the hot lap now? It is going to be... oh no, Sinpo's invalidated his lap time. Can he do another run? Let's see if Sinpo can do another run on his one tires. We'll go on board with him, and he's going in again. So let's go on board with Sinpo and do a lap with him. So that's going to be a lap from Sinpo, 132.909 for Sinpo. And that's going to be, well, actually worse than his previous attempt earlier on. And during the intermission, where we were looking at Simple Slap, Heejin decided to call it a day. So both Alpha is calling a day. Takromancer is in fact left the lobby. So I know he's going to take a proper break, going back to his garage, go back to his motorhome, and just have a little bit of a drink in this sunny weather here in Suzuka. Nick goes to 132.680. Takromancer has decided to join again. And now let's look at another driver who is going to be Wayne Boopy Doopy in the Red Bull. In fact, both Red Bulls are setting. Red Bulls are about to set the final few laps. Let's see how Wayne is going to perform through the second sector. Is he backing up? Yes, he's backing off. So clearly, this is starting to feminize himself from track. But what about Ramen though? Ramen, is he going to set a lap? He is. Let's look at Ramen. Ramen is on a hot lap. Let's have a look at him. How's he going to perform? Through sector 1 he goes. And through the ass cuffs, I think he's lost a little bit. Not really confident through the ass cuffs early on, as what we saw from Sinful's lap. I'm not sure if this attributed to his tires already being worn, but here's Ramen. I don't think this is going to be a time which is going to be better his personal one. No, it's better. Half a second up over his previous attempt. So that's going to put him to the likes of Wayne Boopy Doopy. It's just going to be fantastic lap from Ramen. Let's have a look at Ramen. Let's go. Should it happen? How's it going to perform? Should it? Oh, this is so nicely done indeed. But kicks up lots of dirt. And SS38 on the soft tire goes to P1. The 132.76 goes held none of it. But Ramen is something. It's definitely going to show us something we have never ever seen before for a Red Bull team. This could be threatening here for Ramen. Although this is free practice, we know that some drivers are definitely going to push to the limit, and Ramen is definitely one of them. As a Red Bull driver, you know that you shouldn't be losing out towards a AlphaTauri driver, and once again, personal best sector 2. What's he going to be in sector 3? How does it perform through the catch track? Oh, no, lost time there. He's locked the front wheels. And he's definitely going to lose time there. That's not going to be a P1 time, is it? Yes, it's lost time. Not even personal best there. Goes P3 with a 135.68. But definitely a respectable time there for Ramen. Better as his teammate. And now let's have a look at Sinpo. Sinpo's trying another attempt on these already worn soft tires. Honestly, not too far off as well. So Sinpo, albeit being slow, he's consistent in terms of his lap time, and if he can just nail it right, he can not even a personal best in final sector 6P11. Now, what about let's see, in the time is going to be a Nick. But what a Nick? No, a Nick not even setting a personal best in P10. So let's look at Mangosteen on the medium tires. Mangosteen, oh, look at that on the medium tires. That was clear sandbagging in his earlier run. The Mangosteen really quick now on his medium tires. Certainly not going to be P12 for long. Oh, nicely through the hairpin. Great throttle control by Mangosteen. Down the hairpin now. Through 200R. Lines up his car perfectly. Down past this entry into Spoon Corner. It's going to break nice. Yes, nicely done indeed. Takes it off curb. Plays it conservative. And now full throttle through 130R. What's the time going to be through sector 2? There's a Red Bull stuck right there to the curb and just keeping out of the way as well. Great job by Ramen to keep out of McLaren's way. So what Mangosteen can do. This could be a good lap, I think. It is going to bring him to P10, the 132.191. And meanwhile, Maple Leaf holding P13 with a time of 4 minutes 26.657. Well, I mean, if you're in a GT car and you're going to like set the kind of time, you're going to be, well, P12 on P13. Sorry, you're going to be P13 on a GT car. You're going to beat Maple Leaf. So if you're going to be in a GT car and participate in this qualifying session, by all means, go ahead. You have a little bit of you have some pride in beating one of our top 10 drivers in the championship. We just done the lap, which is almost 3 minutes slower than our ladies. Checkered flag is out, and it will be SS38 from Neuderit, from Ramen, our top 3, separated by a matter of 0.3 of a second. Though I'm pretty sure that Destiel, Kong, and Tachomancer being in the top 8, all not being in the top 4 so far, obviously not what we are going to see. We know track evolution is going to take place. We know Kong set his time on the mediums. We know Destiel set his time on the hot tires, and this is not going to stand. Q2 is when the real action is going to begin, and we wouldn't see Maple Leaf, of course, set lap times worth 4 minutes. You know, there's a 1 minute, 107% rule, and I don't think Maple Leaf is that slow, honestly. So just waiting for Megacine to complete his lap. Is he still on the lap? Yes, he's still on the lap. He's still, well, just going to make his way back to the pit lane. And so once again, bring out the top 3. SS38 at 1 minute 32.76. Neuderit 400 of a second behind. And Ramen 3/10 behind. And Momo just slowly behind Ramen in P4. So that's it for qualifying. We're gonna have a look at Q2. Pretty surely indeed. So Q2 just about to get underway. And here's when the real action is about to begin. And I'm not sure if any one of you are noticing, but oh, Tachomancer is retired. Oh, Tachomancer is retired. So I don't know about you, but Tachomancer, well, I don't know. He wasn't to take no for the point qualifying. We're only 14 drivers left. Now we only have 13 left. So only the slowest 3 lap times as it stands will get eliminated from Q2. So I believe Tachomancer once again employing the strategy of wanting to start at the back of the grid. So he's going to retreat his motorhome and enjoy some beer. Like, what am I doing now? I'm drinking a can of beer. It's really hot. Stay hydrated once again. It's the hottest day here in Singapore, and it is hot. It is scorching hot. But here in Japan, I'm not sure if it's the same case because I'm seeing some clouds starting to form. And they are dark clouds. The clouds have been starting to form since the early part of Q1. And now more clouds have started to gather. So the question now is it going to be a dry to wet qualifying session? I suppose so, because now we're going to see a flurry of cars coming out the pit lane. As if it's going to be a race. Look at the 2 Alfa Romeos here. We're going to have Heejin and Ryan. Heejin and Ryan starting to... Yes, Heejin really quick to get out of the pit lane here. Heejin really truly happy. He really wants to set a quick lap time here before the rest do. Because we all know when these clouds gather, it's going to rain anytime. And Heejin Make no mistake about that, Heejin is really starting to think that I'm not going to take a risk of getting raindrops in my hot lap. I just want the best conditions ever. I just want my time to warm up. I just want my lap time to be in. I do not want any yellow flags to affect my lap time. I just want a banker lap time. That's what I did in Q1. And here's Heejin, thankfully for him, being really fortunate that there's no traffic ahead of him. So Heejin now going to start this lap time, and certainly would have clear air. So let's go on board with Heejin and enjoy his lap on the soft tires. So indeed, Heejin should ask corners pretty well indeed, but now we're already starting to see Kong, who's on the intermediate tires. So Kong is starting to set the lap on intermediate tires, potentially because number one could be is able to start to rain. No, but it's actually still sun is shining. On number two, he has some problems with his setup, his wheel or paddle. So Kong is on the intermediate tires for I don't know what reason, but perhaps due to technical issues. But Heejin, with a really decent sector 1 time, maintaining a time which is potentially just about to get him in the Q2. But let's look at the second 2 time for Heejin as he approaches Spoon Corner. Perfection there, just keeping it safe, keeping it on the road, just not taking too much risk, but certainly going the 1 minute 13, oh no, 1 minute 14.048. You can tell he's doing it really safe now. So Heejin now pushing the Casio triangle, flips the curb a little bit, and Heejin set a time of 1 minute 30. 1 minute 31.362, just about his Q1 lap time. Now, how about his competitors? Noidred is next, and it's about 3/10 up on Heejin on the second sector. So let's look at Noidred now. He's definitely going to beat his lap time, but by how much? It's going to be a 1 minute 36.91. Wayne Boopy Doopy goes 1:1.83. Does not manage to beat Noidred. Kong on the intermediate tires is actually just 7 seconds off Heejin. Nick made a mistake over 1:37.609. Simple has invalidated his lap time somewhere. I don't know where, but definitely needs to go again. Ryan has also invalidated his lap time. Ramen has decided to go on a warm-up lap. But what about Mangosteen, who has clear air in front of him? A respectable 33.1 on the first sector, but now Mangosteen, let's see what's going to perform right here as his teammate Maple Leaf goes fastest of 1:32.97. Mangosteen, in fact, we really taking the try to better it, but not really having a pace to do so. So let's look at Mangosteen. I was going to do yellow flags have appeared momentarily through the whole circuit. Mangosteen, runs into the wide through the final corner, but that's a 1:30.83 against P3. And that should be a lap time which might see him through into Q3. Simple has once again invalidated his lap time. What about Ryan? Now, Ryan, let's see his sector 1 time. As a matter of fact, it is going to be 32.9 the first sector. So 2 fends faster than Heejin in the first sector. What about his second? Ryan really unleashing himself right now through 200R. Brakes hard into, runs almost very wide there, but really trying to utilize the circuit here. Ryan is a driver who's known to be finishing in the lower echelons of the top 10. Sorry, qualifying all lower echelons of the top 10, but, well, certainly always making his teammate in the Alfa Romeo. So, in order for him to play with his teammate, he will need to actually perform and outperform his teammate just by a little bit and try to qualify in Q3 to play the strategy game. And he does, and goes P4 with 1:30.889. What about the drivers who are setting the lap time here? Let's see, it is going to be Momo with down to 32.7 in the first sector. SS38, closely behind, we'll keep an eye on them. Momo, that's his sector 2 time. It is quick, 1:13.369 here. That's going to put him in contention with the top few. SS38 has invalidated his lap time through the spoon, so it's not going to count for him. So let's get Momo through the Castle Triangle. This is going to be a quick lap from Momo. A 1 minute, 0.30, 0.318, just slightly off Maple Leaf. So 200 off, but that's going to be safe for him to bring him to Q3. What about Simple? Simple has yet to set a lap time now. But what is Simple going to do in Sector 2? It's a 1 minute, 1:14.795. It's about 1.7 seconds away, so just going to put him around the lights in between Nick and Kong. But certainly nowhere to challenge top 8, and he'll definitely need to go again if he wants any chance to get into Q3, because the time is only a 1:32.075, 5/10 off a Nick, and I'm pretty sure that the drivers behind would have an answer to that. And yes, it's a lull period for these drivers here, who've just about to enter the garages for the second runs. Now, what about Wayne and Doopy is on the out lap. Kong was also on the out lap. Simple would be on the in lap now. But yes, it's a bit of a lull period right now. Momo, yes, also on the lull period. So we're going to have another wave of drivers going out once more. As the skies, once again, if you've noticed, it's overcast. The last rays of sunlight have disappeared from the Suzuka circuit, and it's going to be harder for them to warm the tires. Carl's now ditched those intermediate tires. His nose is not going to rain that soon. He's going for the medium tires. But do you think those medium tires are going to bring the Q3? I don't know. Destiol has decided to cover the day as well. So that's why I don't see his name on top. So Tachomancer and Destiol have decided to call it quits right now. So only the slowest two drivers will be knocked out in Q2. But Kong, maybe that's why Kong is on the medium tires. He's going to save those soft tires for the very end, potentially start on pole. Let's have a look at Kong on the medium tires to see how he is going to fare right here. Oh, he spins! And that's his wing gone! His wing is completely gone. So that is lap time gone for EMS Kong. And with 6 minutes to go, he needs to go back into the pit lane. Don't get disqualified. Get the car pointed in the right direction. And he does. Make sure your car's pointed nicely indeed. He knows his car. Oh, there's another car that spun. That's Momo, is that? Momo has spun in the first corner as well. So synchronized spinning between different teams. And we can, as you can see, the lack of sunlight, the lack of heat here in Suzuka has resulted in drivers having difficulty warming up the tires here. Now, Wayne Whoopie Doopie, let's see how he fares here. Manages to get his tires warmed up perfectly to actually negotiate the first few corners, and negotiates the snake perfectly now. And I'm pretty sure he'll be challenging the top few now. Does he feel safe in the 1-2-1 entry? I don't think so, because he's clearly pushing. Sector 1 for Wayne Whoopie Doopie is going to be half a second up at 32 seconds purple in the first sector indeed. Wayne Whoopie Doopie is certainly thinking that his time of 1:31 is not enough. Cutoff time, I'm not pretty sure here, but I'll put it the likes of a negative in 1:21.5. Wayne should be safe in 1:21.1, but he doesn't feel safe. He's going to burn a new set of soft tires just for it, but, well, to each his own. And Wayne is feeling unsafe there, but having a quick lap time and pushing himself upward to the front of the standings will give himself a little bit of a confidence boost for the next part of qualifying, which is Q3. Let's go, Momo. Indeed, let's go. Just been again, Momo. But Wayne Whoopie Doopie, as a matter of fact, he's gone purple once again in the second sector. Really quick there from Wayne Whoopie Doopie. Should the Castle Triangle now for Wayne? Let's see what can Red Bull driver do. Is it going to be a 1:30? It is, definitely. And it goes to the top standings. Wayne Whoopie Doopie, 1:30.012. Will there be any drivers which is going to reach the 1:29s? We shall see. Will it be Heejin? I don't think so. Will it be Nick? I don't know. Will it be Ramen? Who brings us out of P4? 1:30.566. Red Bull's looking extremely strong here in Suzuka this evening. SS38 in the AlphaTauri with answer for it. 33.2 in the second sector. Not quite. He's already 8 tenths down on Wayne in the second sector. But certainly would be around the midfield. Can he separate the two Alfa Romeos? We shall see. SS38 really, really quick. Through the Castle Triangle, great exit. It's going to be a 1:30.898. Just splits the two Alfa Romeos as what predicted. 3 minutes left in qualifying, and we're seeing the two slowest drivers, which is Simple and Kong, will be eliminated. And interestingly, the top three drivers in the championship standings, Kong, Techromancer, and Destiel, are in the bottom three. Techromancer and Destiel have COVID quits and would prefer to start at the back of the grid. Now, there's no 100% rule in the JAF, so potentially these drivers would be taking. They would really want to start from the back of the grid and try the last to first challenge. But well, to each his own right here. But Kong would really want to go again. Kong's retired. So the bottom three have retired. And I think no, he's crashed. Has he? He's crashed. Kong has crashed from the session. So Kong was actually trying to push for a new lap, but he has crashed out of turn 1. Debris is all over the place in turn 1, and Kong will take no for the point qualifying. There shall only be one driver who's getting eliminated in Q2, and that name belongs to Simpo right now, who needs to pick up 7/10 of a second to get himself on a Q2. The front field will be in the pits and just checking legs at the moment. Wayne, Maple, Mopo, Ramen, they will be pretty relaxed now, but will Simpo come out? We shall see. Any movements in the garage? No, Simpo's already out. Simpo's already out on the outlet. So all eyes on Heejin versus Anik versus Simpo now. Anik's is in the hot lap? No, it's on the in lap, but with 121.109, is it going to be enough? I think so. Unless Simpo can find out of 9/10. So we'll keep an eye out on Heejin and Simpo, who are actually in the same part of the circuit right now. They're going through the two Dagners now, and this Stankovic. Simpo getting it. Oh, Heejin wasn't on the second hot lap, and Simpo got in the way. Simpo has gotten in the way of Heejin through the second Dagner. Now, would that be raced towards the stewards? I wonder, because it is caught on the stream. It is caught by Heejin's camera. Simpo was on the racing line. Heejin was up on his personal best in the first sector, and Simpo's blocked his way. Now, did that compromise Heejin's lap time? We shall see in the second sector. Heejin has spun at the spoon corner. So that's it for Heejin, unless he can get his hose warm again for another run. 57 seconds left in the second part of qualifying. Can Simpo do anything? It is going to be game on now. Simpo versus Heejin. Eyes out for these two. Anik has started his lap as well. So it's going to be Anik versus Simpo versus Simpo. No, sorry, Anik versus Heejin versus Simpo now. Let's have a look at Anik, who will be the first driver to cross the checkered flag. He's now going through the slick corner. Oh, just rattling his car through the slick corner. And he spun! He spun! Game over for Anik. Losing his wing, and that's it. Heejin has pitted. Heejin has given up as well. Anik is out, so it's all up to Simpo. Simpo will be our only driver to set the final run in Q2. Here is Simpo, pretty clean through the slick corners, pretty clean as of now through Sector 1. Is it going to be a personal best in Sector 1? For this occasion, it's not. He's 6/10 down. That's not going to be good news for Simpo, who is potentially going to get a complaint from Heejin and potentially not going to make himself out. Can he find 6/10s in the final two sectors? Will be a good question. Should it happen? Just losing the racing line a little bit. See how Simpo fast through the spoony corner. Pretty leery there. The Williams just not having a responsiveness that he really wants it to be. Simpo really need to do more than this if he wants to have any chance of getting out of Q2. Not even a personal best in Sector 2. It is game over for Simpo. Simpo is knocked out in Q2. I don't think he's going to find a 1 second's worth of time in Sector 3. It's just a castle triangle from two corners. Game over for Simpo. It is going to be our bottom four. Simpo, Kong, Techromancer, and Destiel out in Q2. Oh, we have a driver still out there. Is Nordred? Oh, Nordred, he wants to make a statement, doesn't he? Purple Sector 1 and Sector 2. He is 1 second up. Well, Simpo is 1 second now in his first two sectors, but Nordred is now 1 second up in this first two sectors. It is going to be breaching 129s. It is going to breach the 129s. A 129.540 for Nordred, and it is the end of Q2. Nordred giving a statement here as a reserve driver. He says reserve drivers can't do the work. So, it is it for Q2, our bottom 5 would be Beesim, Destio, Techromancer, Kong, and Sinpo. So as it stands, both Alfa Romeos, both McLarens, both Red Bulls have made it into Q3. So, shaping up to be a very interesting Q3 session, especially without the likes of Kong, the heaviest of Kong, Techromancer, Destio, and Beesim right here. And I think it's just you. I don't know. Well, guys, let's not fight in the chat. And well, I think there's going to be a huge fan base right here. But let's hope it doesn't turn into another Verstappen versus Hamilton kind of battle in the chat here. I mean, let's remain objective and let's remain fair to each other. So, Q3 has just begun, and the skies have cleared a bit. We can see a little bit of blue on the skies right now. So, it is going to be a dry Q3 session as it stands. So, who's going to be the first driver out? Is it going to be Alfa Romeos again? Is it going to be Heejin once more, who's just always so eager to set a lap time? You bet. Because both Alfa Romeos have come out at the same time. Look at that, Heejin and Ryan. Synchronized spinning in the first few races. Now it's synchronized pit departure for the two Alfa Romeos. Now, who's going to get a tow now? Is it going to be Ryan giving Heejin a tow? Is it going to be Heejin giving Ryan a tow? It appears to be Ryan giving Heejin a tow for Q3. Unless they're going to reserve, unless they're going to reverse the roles come the latter parts of Q3 where the track gets more rubber in, whereby Heejin will be obligated to give Ryan the tow through the long streets such as 130R later through the session. So all drivers out right now. All 10 drivers are exiting the pit lane. So what's it going to be like now? All 10 drivers on outlap. It is going to be exciting times. Well, first rounds in Q3. Who's your vote for P1 in the standings? Is it going to be SS38 as what Urshad wants? Is it going to be Momo as what Bush Santa in the chat wants? Is it going to be someone else? Is it going to be Wayne Boopidoopy? Or is it going to be our Q2 posted? Is it going to be Noidere? Or is it going to be Underdog? Is it going to be Ryan, Heejin? With the immense team we're going to play in part. So, let's have a look at the front two right now. Let's have a look at the two Alfa Romeos, Ryan versus Heejin, who will be our first two to set the lap times right now. So, let's have a look at Ryan and how is it going to help Heejin set this optimal lap time. And yes, hi Apalis, hi Clencher, Season 4 winner, and also our race to it for this race. Clencher's having a look at any potential foul play in both the qualifying and the race. So, hard work to Clencher, who's just tuning into the stream and obviously in the lobby as well to look at any potential infractions and the short penalties for this race. Obviously, Clencher having a hard time in his previous occasion, which is race number 3, which is, I can't remember what race was that, but I know he had a hell lot of tickets to deal with back in race 3. But now let's get on with race action. It's going to be Ryan, who's on the hot lap alongside Heejin. And let's see, his lap time is a 33.1 in the first sector. Heejin closely behind. Heejin better Ryan's time. Let's see, Heejin's 3/10 up on Ryan. Heejin's down to 32.8 and is actually closing on Ryan, to be fair. So the tow has so far worked in Heejin's favor. And this teamwork is really, really interesting to note that both Ryan and Heejin, I've never seen this kind of synchronization occur in any race so far. Not even the two McLarens. Look at how far the two McLarens are on the circuit. That is Maple Leaf and Magnussen. Strategic play for the two Alfa Romeos right now. Ryan with 113.9. Heejin now half a second ahead of Ryan with 113.436. Now, benchmark lap time is going to be by Ryan. What is Ryan about to set right here? I suppose it's going to be something within the 131s. Ryan now goes a 131.376. Heejin with an immense advantage over 130.630. Great start from Heejin. SS38 into the 129s. Easily beating the Alfa Romeos. Next driver going to the cross lines. Nick, who's gone to the pits. He's got his validated his lap time. The two Red Bulls as well. Trying with the same strategy as the Alfa Romeos. Ramen and Wayne Boopidoopy going 4th and 2nd respectively. So both Alfa Romeos relegated to the bottom of the standing so far in terms of the completed lap times. What about Maple Leaf? Maple Leaf is already 4 tenths up on Heejin, so expect to see a great lap from Maple Leaf come to play right here. Maple Leaf go to the top of the standings in 120.728. Mangosteen also matching Maple Leaf in the second sector, but does a 130.163. Goes P5. And it's an extremely close pack right here. Just 9 seconds, 9 tenths of a second separating the top 8 between Maple Leaf and Heejin so far. It's going to be extremely close. And look at that for between P3 and P6. 37 milliseconds separating Rainbow P2 in P3 and Momo in P6. So this extremely tight midfield pack is going to play a part in their second rounds right now. Now, these drivers are definitely on the in-laps. They're going to pit again. Are we going to see any drivers risky enough to try a second run? I don't think so. Is it going to be? No, yeah. Ryan and Heejin are both going to the pits. No, Heejin's going to try another run. Heejin's going to try another run, is he? Oh, Heejin's staying out. Heejin's staying out. He has confidence on the tires. Look at Heejin. He's going for a second hot lap. I'm not sure how warm those tires, but he's really going for it. Let's go look Heejin. So he's attacking those curves once more. Maybe a personal best. I don't know. But it looks decent so far through the snakes. Now to the darkness. Heejin. No, but still pretty decent for considering the state of the soft tires at this point in time. I think he's going out for another outlap. Just trying to utilize this set of tires and his crash. That's why you don't go onto a used set of tires. Heejin is out in Q3 and you'll start 8th at best. This is why you don't go on one tires, ladies and gentlemen. Your tires are not there for you, and that's it for Heejin. Race over, crashing on the happen. Similar incident to what BCM has experienced. Now, next driver to set a lap is Anik, who has the track all to himself right now. Anik is now on his outlap through the 130R. Will he have traffic in front of him? Look at the pit lane, no action so far. Anik should have the luxury of having a track all to his own. So I think now through the start-finish rate and shall start his flying lap right now. So let's go on board with Anik and enjoy the sounds of that Mercedes. Let's go. Well, that didn't last long, didn't it? Because Anik has spun through the assist. And that's what I believe should be turn number 5. Hit a curb too much and just running his lap again. And he's don't spin again there, Anik. And he needs to go again. But he should still be the lead driver. Hopefully those soft tires have not taken too much damage. But if you're Anik and look at Heejin's incident, what would you do? Will you pit again for a fresh set of soft tires? Or would you risk it and risk another Heejin incident? So Anik has lots of decision making to do so far, and we're seeing a new batch of drivers coming out of the pits again. So Anik once again, look at that, he's losing it through 200R as well. Those soft tires, not in the right state for a new qualifying lap, I suppose. So, and with all the traffic in front of him, I don't think Anik would really want to stay on those tires to get on a new lap. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remain in Q3, and Anik so far, I don't think he's in. Yeah, Anik, don't think he wants to be on those set of tires. Is he gonna pit? Is he gonna pit? No, he's gone again. He's gone again. So let's go with Anik this time proper and see what damage those soft tires have done to him, and what can Anik do on these now 3-lap soft tires. But that's only going to bring him to P10, 10th of Ryan, even with that track evolution. So he can do a quick push lap and try to get that soft tires again. I mean, if he's going to be DNF now, then he's going to... he's DNFing now. Nope. No commentator's curse right here. And Nick has chosen to drive his car into the wall straight as Wayne Boopy Doopy goes to P1. And what's going to be right on top right now, what's going to be the standings right now is that Ryan... they're on their outlap, so... Let's see what's going to be for these drivers. First driver to cross the line is SS38. SS38 would be starting his hot lap now. With a minute to go. How's SS38 going to negotiate those S corners? Pretty swiftly indeed. Just balances his car perfectly and throttles enough, just enough, not to spin out. So SS38, perfect right there. Is it going to beat Wayne Boopy Doopy? Matches him. A personal best sector 1 with a 32.7. So don't count him out just of yet. But obviously Wayne Boopy Doopy with a 32.4 is 3 tenths faster. So SS38, potential improvements to be had right here. Would SS38 be a provisional pole right here? Shall see. Magosine has called it quits right here. He's called it a day. He's gonna stay P5 at best. A little bit unclean with spoon there for SS38. Is it gonna be? It's gonna be quick. Choose sector 2. He's lost time in sector 2. It's not a personal best in sector 2 for SS38. But what about through the castle triangle? Checker flag is out. This is gonna be a make or break for SS38. Taking too much curve through the castle triangle. This is not gonna be a pole lap for sure. Just a 130.035, not a personal best in the final sector. What about Ryan? Ryan does a 130.205, goes P7. Ramen, in fact, stays P8 behind Ryan there. Now, only a few more drivers set the lap with Noiderit with a purple sector 2 for Noiderit. Purple sector 2 for Noiderit now. So, what's going to be Noiderit's second sector's lap time here? He's matched Wayne Boopy Doopy in the first sector. What about the second? True spoon corner now. Maple Leaf has called a quiz at state speed 2. But Noiderit is our driver to Washington Williams here. We know Simple has been lucky there to finish P11, near knockout in Q2. But Noiderit, can he start 10 places in front? He might. He just might. He's 4 tenths up with his personal best. It's all for the final sector here for Noiderit. He loses it. He loses it and does not catch a line there. So that could be time loss on Noiderit. And clean through the final corner as well. Lost even more time, but it goes pole. He goes pole with a 129.549. Noiderit takes pole. Snatches pole from Wayne Boopy Doopy right at the final second. So here it is. Your Q3 results. Noiderit with a 129.549. Wayne Boopy Doopy just so lucky to miss out by 33 milliseconds. Maple Leaf in the McLaren with 129.728 in P3. SS38 goes P4 with a 29.865. Mangosi in P5 in the McLaren. Momo 6th place. Ryan in 7th with a 130.205. Ramen in 8th. Heejin in P9. And Unnick 8 tenths back in P10. What an exciting qualifying 3 session we had. And once again, more things to be had during the race. And see you in 5 minutes as we bring you the best in qualifying. We'll take a short break. See you at 10 o'clock Singapore time for the free race show. Stay tuned. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the pre-race show, and this is round number 5 of the 5th season of JAF. We're here in Suzuka, and we've just concluded a very exciting qualifying session early on. And without further ado, well, let's have a look at the qualifying standings previously in Q3. In case you've just missed out early on in the qualifying, and it was Destiel. Sorry. No, it wasn't Destiel, but it was Neudrit there with 139.549 in Q3. Wayne Boopy Doopy in P2 with a 139.582, 33 milliseconds away from Neudrit. Maple Leaf in P3 with a, 129.728, 1.18 seconds off from the lead. SS38 and AlphaTauri, 3/10 off. The other McLaren Magazine with 130.1. And Momo as well, just 15 milliseconds behind from Magazine. Ryan with 130.205. Ramen with 130.327. Heejun with 130.630. And Nick with 131.471. Now the top 9 just separated by a second in Q3. So it is something interesting how the top few, but there's nothing separated between them, especially with the absence of a Kong, Technomancer, as well as Destiel. So the top 3, with the absence of them and with their decision to start from the back, it creates a very interesting scenario whereby the midfield now takes over the top of the standings, and they will be starting on pole, and they will dictate how quick the pace will go. So it is up to the top 3 in the standings, between the likes of Kong, Destiel, and Technomancer, how they're going to carve through the field, especially in the circuit where it's so difficult to overtake. And I'm not saying, come on, Clencher. That'd be a question they'll be asking for later. But the question now is, how the top few can battle the way through the pack from P12 to 14 all the way to P1 to P3? The question now also is Wayne in 4th in the standings right now going to capitalize on his starting position of P2 to actually get as much ground as possible over Kong, Destiel, and Technomancer? It's going to be a huge number of cars for the top 3 of the standings to actually get past before they reach Wayne. So Wayne has a great head start over the top 3 in the standings right now. Can he use this opportunity to just follow Neudrit through and create enough of a gap in order for him to catch them in the standings now? So as a matter of fact, what about the bank markers now? What about the bank markers such as Sinpo and BSIM? So let's have a look at Sinpo, who is apparently in the chat. Hi Sinpo, you just want to look at your hot lap. So without further ado, let's have a look at Sinpo's hot lap in Q1. But I wouldn't even consider that as a hot lap because obviously in Q1 we only have 15 drivers, so we only see these drivers familiarizing themselves on the track. But Sinpo, I found Sinpo's hot lap to be... No, I'm not hot. Okay, Clutcher, I'm not hot. So I found Sinpo's hot lap to be particularly hot. I mean, particularly interesting. Not particularly hot, but particularly interesting for one purpose. I mean, he set that lap on worn soft tires. So those 104 lap over soft tires that we've seen the likes of BSIM, we've seen the likes of Heejin crash out on, but Sinpo just took a very conservative measure on that hot lap. So if you just bring up the hot lap from Sinpo up, please, we're at 132.909. We all know that lap was easily 3 seconds off the pace, but for Sinpo, let's have a look at it. I think there's a bit of a technical glitch for Sinpo's timing. So we'll bring it up later because I think these drivers are just about to get ready to... These drivers are just about to get ready, and no, we have a glitch right now. We have a bit of a glitch here because Oh, we have 5 minutes left. So yes, we have 5 minutes left on the before the race start. So a bit of an issue here. So I guess we are going to bring up Simple's hot lap, please. I think it's a bit of a technical issue on the stream. So my apologies. We'll bring that up pretty soon, in about a minute's time. Here we go. So Simple's hot lap of 1:32.909. So if we look at the stream, let's have a look at Simple. How it negotiates through turn 1. We have noticed that his lap is really, oh my god, look at that. It's running through wide through turn 1. That should easily be an invalidation. And look at how aggressive it goes through the S corners. We know that Simple knows his lost time. He knows that he wants to gain as much time as possible. We know Simple's pretty much a back mark at this point, but he wants to make as much time as possible through the corners. But from then on, you notice he's making so much mistakes. He's lost 6 cents per second the first sector alone. And the psychology of Simple just gets to him. As you can see, look how he handles it to Darkness right here. Then through the look at that, he just retire after he chose to retire, not because of his crash. But should have happened, he's lost so much traction by just locking up his front two right there, front tires. And through 200R, just trying to think where should we go. Clips the curb right there, loses a bit of traction once again, then just loses his line through the spoon corner and loses even more time. At this point, he's almost second down on his personal best time as he tries to line himself up through 130R. See 130R, you'll go through flat out, and then the castle triangle. How is he going to line himself up to the castle triangle? Just misses the apex again. Doesn't clip the corner what he wants to, and that's it. That's the lap done for Simple. So that's on 4 lap soft tires for Simple. So 1 tires for Simple, resulting in him just not getting the lap time that he should be doing, and that mentality has just continued on to Q2. And yes, obviously. Yes, Bushy Center. Obviously, I would be rooting for Simple, honestly, to actually score some points. But especially in this kind of climate where there are just 15 drivers available, but unfortunately, Simple would really need a huge increase in pace if he wants any chance of scoring in the top 10. But unless he can keep himself pretty safe in the track and just try not to result in a DNF or make any mistakes. As we all know here in the Japanese Grand Prix, the Suzuki circuit is so easy to make mistakes here. We've seen the likes of Heejin, B-Sim, even multiple others such as maybe a Nick making mistakes somewhere during the qualifying laps, and especially during a race where it is not a case whereby you're going to do a quad lap and a cooldown lap, a hot lap and a cooldown lap, and in lap and whatsoever. It is going to be continuous push. You need to be consistent. You need to be consistently quick. You need to be negotiating those corners at a very consistent pace. You need that level of consistency in order for you to win the race. You can't just do a quick 11 slow lap unless you're doing so for the intention of managing your tires. And I think that's going to bring the opposition to you, and you're not going to make as much ground as what you like. So in terms of who I'm rooting for, I'll definitely go with the conventional. I would think that Wayne would have a high chance of winning this race, who is starting from P2. He has a prime starting position in the front row. Noidred as well, who's also another contender to winning the race, who is starting on pole. As we know here in Suzuka, it's so difficult to overtake, so track positions always so vital here in Suzuka. But definitely for P3, we're going to look at the likes of Takomancer, we're going to look at the likes of Destiol, we're going to look at the likes of Kong, who's going to fill up the 3rd place spot, unless somehow they can make a mistake, catch up to the field. And that's going to bring in the likes of whoever's starting between P3 and P10, or maybe even Simple and P11 into the equation. So that's going to start pretty much of a interesting factor right there. So it is 1 minute to the race start, and I'm pretty sure these drivers would be getting to the seats right now. Let's go back onto the circuit, and we'll see you for the race start. So right here, we are in Suzuka. Clouds The weather has stayed as it is right now. And skies are blue, just light clouds covering the circuit. And I don't think we will be expecting any rain today. So, race will be starting in 30 seconds time. Drivers getting their hot seats right now. And we're going to have the formation lap started. So formation lap time. We're gonna have these drivers starting to move off a little bit. Noidrit and Wayne would be focused on warming up the tires. Let's see the starting tires of each driver. Everyone is opting to start on the hard and medium tires. So I'm not sure if they're tuning into the commentary box here, but clearly knowing that the soft tire has so much wear here in Suzuka, especially through the ass curves here, is definitely not a tire that you want to be starting on. You would really want to be starting on the hard tires and the medium tires here in Suzuka. And that's what Norbert, Wayne, and Maple are trying to think right here. And this is a strategy right here. Predicted pit stop strategy. We'll be going on one stop or two stop here on the mediums and the hard compound tires. So, Noiderit, Wayne, and Maple, as well as Ryan and Ryman, going on the hard tires. As well as the top three, Kong, Tachomancer, and Destil, no brainer for them to go on the hard tires because they want to be going along. They know that they might not be able to overtake during the early stages of this race. They do not want to get stuck in action and put themselves in unnecessary risks. But then it is going to be a race for strategy and a game of chess for Kong, Tachomancer, and Destil. For the other drivers, the likes of SS38, Magazine, and Momo, the question now is, can they use that tire advantage and the easy warm-up of the medium compound tires to get ahead of those on the hard tires? Now, that's going to put Maple Leaf and possibly Wayne in danger of getting overtaken by SS38 and Magazine, especially it is going to be a long run. It is going to be a long run down to turn one, the first corner. Albeit not being an overtaking spot, they are going to be susceptible to DRS vulnerability from lap 3 onwards. Now, it is going to be a considerable kind of task for them to warm up the tires, especially those hard compound tires during the formation lap, and as well as the first 2 laps of the race for Noidrit, Wayne, and Maple. But the question now is, can they warm it effectively enough? Now, look at the relative positions of each driver on the track. The top 3 are already rounding out the final corner, but you see, look at that. Taco, Desto, and Bsim are just entering the Castle Triangle. So these hot combo tires, considering the summer temperatures of Japan is cold right here, it's just 20 degrees air temperature right here. It is not going to do these tires any favor. Stop on the marks right there. Yes, they're stationary, but thankfully they've all caught up. So the tires they're not going to lose as much temperature right here. They're all ready to start. They're all in position. So it's all for the 5 red lights right now. Lights out, and we're underway here in Japan. Great start from Noidrit, as well as Maple Leaf. Wayne didn't get the best of starts right there. Maple Leaf already alongside Wayne. Noidrit is clear ahead of Wayne, but Wayne defends it. Dive down the inside of Momo. What did I say about the medium compound tire runners having a huge advantage here? Momo has capitalized on that and it's on the P3. Fantastic stuff from Momo. Now, Noidrit and Wayne would need to work together now to actually find a way from Momo, but no, Momo is still trying to. Oh, what is like there? We have 3 drivers and disqualified. We have SS38, Heejin, and Destil being disqualified. I'm not sure what's going on right here, but they did not start the race. Well, that's something to be investigated by the stewards, but the 3 of them have yet. Oh, that's interesting. See, why did it get disqualified? They just did not start the race. So we only have 12 drivers running at this point in time. And would it be a red flag? Would it be a red flag? It is going to be. Oh, yes, it is a game glitch. It is a game glitch on EA's part. So it is a red flag. Race control is coordinating right now. They are trying to find resolution to this. So it is a potential red flag for this scenario. Yes, it is a red flag. It is a red flag. Lobby to be restarted. So that is it for now. So a new lobby will be created. So there's going to be a fresh start right here. Lobby to be restarted. We apologize for the inconvenience here, but once again, just EA stuff. So we need to get all 15 drivers into the lobby again and just run the race. So once again, my apologies. Just eating, just messing us up again, and again. So once again, the lobby is being set once again manually, this time by our management team, who is now setting up the grid for the race. So once again, the driver's taking a little bit of a break back to our motorhomes, and lobby is being set up now. And do not be mistaken, we are not racing in Bahrain. We are, yes, we're not racing in Bahrain. We're racing in Japan right here. The lobby is still under construction at this point of time. So just give us a bit of time for us to iron out the kinks right here. Once again, we apologize for the earlier glitch whereby 3 drivers inadvertently got disqualified, and we're still trying to get drivers into the current and new lobby right now. So if you're a driver and just tuning into the stream right now, please join the new lobby set up by Captain KJ, who is certainly spending lots and lots of effort to set up the lobby for us. So hats off to him to being a lobby host and as well as controlling the stream for us, Captain KJ. So thank you, Captain KJ, if you're listening in. We appreciate the efforts to for contributions tonight. We know it's not easy for you to conduct such a tedious task right here. But we know such glitches occur, especially from the latest series of EA games. Now, we all know. Now, speaking of EA, we all know that the new F123 game is coming up, and just got released over the past. Just got announced over the past 2 weeks. So let us know if you're about to get the new F123 game, and also in case you have any suggestions and what kind of feedback do you think that F123 should have over F122. Definitely let us know in the chat. And of course, we know for sure that we hope F123 would not have the glitches that are present in the F122 game. We know this is really annoying for both drivers, viewers, and especially me, the commentator alike. I'm surviving on lots and lots of water right now. It's really hot here in the commentary box, and even hotter, especially being the only one commentator bring you the action for today's race, and now facing a potential restart as well. There's additional saliva on my part, being exhausted on this. So, of course, let us know what do you wish to see in the new F123 game while the lobby is being set up. So, all 15 drivers have joined the lobby at this point in time. So, just waiting for the lobby to be finalized before we have our restart going. We understand the race has been delayed by approximately 10 minutes now, and we do apologize for any delay caused. We know that there are other sporting events going on in real life now. We know that there's a English Premier League with a couple of matches going on. We know that some of you, we just finished dinner, you want to have an early night today. It's a good Saturday. It's a really hot day. We want to hit a sack early. But yeah, we really appreciate the presence here. Really appreciate the patience. And we really appreciate you joining us in the stream. And thank you for watching here and watching our Twitch stream here in the JAF Championship. And weather. And couple of drivers try to so definitely these drivers will be really waiting for the race to start. Should be any time from now. We're just starting up the final the grid editor right now because we are trying to get the positions from the qualifying earlier. Oh, drive it. Oh, Simpo's left. Simpo's left. So Simpo will need to rejoin back the lobby in order for him to. That's the. Oh, more drivers leaving for some reason. I think we have 13 drivers remaining. So if you're one or two drivers, if you're Simpo or the other driver just left, do join back the lobby and hopefully we can get this race started expeditiously. Oh, it's Heejin. Yes, it is Heejin and Sinpo who have left the lobby, and yes, connection issues. And yes, Wi-Fi issues. Yes, just one of the many issues we have when we have online championships like this. Yes, we do appreciate the patience, fellow drivers and viewers, for this little bit of a boo-boo here, and we apologize for the inconvenience, especially. So once again, just Siege and Simple joining back the lobby once again. Welcome back, and back in the seats right now. And Once again, unfortunately, we need to edit the pit grid positions back into place before we commence the race again. So once again, we're down to 14 drivers again. So someone again has left the lobby, presumably disconnected once again. And that looks to the likes of is that Kong? No, it's not Kong, but is it Ramen? No, it's not Ramen, but so like who just disconnected? Oh, it's Taco? No, it's not Taco. It's disconnected. Is it Mangosteen? No, Maple Leaf. No, Maple Leaf is back. So Noiderit. Yeah, Noiderit. Noiderit is disconnected. So we are waiting for Noiderit, our post hitter, to join back the lobby. So hopefully Noiderit can join back the lobby expeditiously, and we should be getting restarted. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the inconvenience caused due to the earlier game glitch causing 3 drivers not to take the start of the race. The weather, as per JAF rules. Now, JAF rules dictate that if the race has been seized due to reasons such as the game being disconnected and a red flag is forced, the weather settings will abide by the pre-restart setting. So it will no longer be a dynamic weather kind of setting, but it will abide by the setting set by the previous in-game prediction. So if it's going to be a dry to wet kind of setting, then it will be a forced dry to wet. We know it's not going to be realistic, obviously, because there's only so much you can do with a forced custom weather setting. But thankfully, it's dry all the way, and we should expect to see clear skies all the way for this race. I mean, it's going to be dry all the way. I mean, we did see some clouds, but it's still dry, so it shouldn't affect the race by too much. Albeit, I mean, it's light cloud. I mean, I don't think having light cloud versus no cloud is going to affect the performance of the drivers by too much. But yes, the grid is now set with all 15 drivers in their respective they're not in starting positions. Kong is P12, not P9. I think is yet to be set, and Heejin should be P9 instead. So yes, and our Nick is P10. So a little bit of a boob right there. So it gives us a little bit of a moment. And Sinpo P11. There we have it. So that's our grid being set. And we should be ready to go racing anytime from now. With the grid being properly done. So let's look at Neuderick. Can he pick a car? Can he pick a car? Or is he stuck? Oh, so Neuderick can't pick his car, unfortunately. So a little bit of a problem for Neuderick once again. Oh no, so well, that's still his voice out and he's going to get some snacks in a moment. Get some popcorn before the race. I mean, it has been a long night. It's 10:30 p.m., 10:30 here in Singapore. And rightfully, the race has already been delayed for 20 minutes. Ramen's eating some, well, it's dried ramen. Ramen eating dried ramen right now. Chicken dried ramen for ramen. So you can tell the driver's really taking a little bit of a chill pill right here. So oh, Sinpo's disconnected. So unfortunately, we do have to wait a little bit. And the driver's really keeping themselves entertained. And yes. And yes, eat some ice cream, guys. It is hot. It is hot here in Singapore. It is hot in the cockpit. And well, just give you some fun facts that it is hot in the cockpit, especially during the Singapore Grand Prix. Well, I mean, we do know that here in the Singapore Grand Prix, the temperatures in the cockpit can reach up to highs of 60 degrees Celsius. So if you think that the real field today under the sun is 45 degrees is scorching enough, think about the 20 drivers in real life race here in the Singapore Grand Prix. How hot is it? But what's even hotter? It is our tempers right now to start the race. We're all eager for the race to start, and thankfully it's going to start in the next 20 seconds at most because Sinpo is back, the grid is set, and we are ready for the restart once again. 10 more seconds to go, and let's go racing. So the time now is 10:32 p.m. Singapore time. We are ready to go racing here in Japan. Question now is, would there be a formation lap in view of this delay? Let's have a look right now. So, drivers having their setups ready, and the lobby should start in the next 30 seconds. Now, here we go. Ah. So still waiting for place somehow. We're still stuck on this page, and I hope this does not signify a further delay on the driver spot. Oh, now we're getting proper. It's going to start the next 30 seconds. So formation lap wise, yes, there will still be a formation lap, and Now the soft tires come into play, owing to the conditions now. So formation lap is go once again. I'm not sure why it's not been removed, but drivers definitely want to warm these tires, especially just hard tires, to a reasonable temperature before they start. And what this does is actually give these drivers a free choice of tires right now. And now we can see more drivers starting on the white mark hard tires. Now, there's a car that's spun, isn't it? There's a car that's spun into the wall. That's Ramen. Ramen's into the wall, I think, but also doing formation lap. There'll be no wing damage, so thankfully, Ramen is having a little bit lucky of escape right here. But now, let's have a look at who are the medium tire runners. It's going to be Mangosteen in P5, Heejin in P9, Anik, Sinpo and B-Sim in 9th, 10th, 11th, 15th respectively. Wayne Boopy Doopy has been disqualified from the session. Now let's hope that does not bring on to us the race. We do not want to restart again. But according to the game, the predict pit stop strategy will be to go on mediums, hards, or on a one stop, or softs, mediums, something else. Oh, Ramen again has hit the wall and it's torn apart the Emirates barrier. I mean, I'm not a fan of Emirates Airlines, but that's decoration is gone even before the race started. So Ramen is doing more and more donuts. But I mean, there's one way to warm the tires, but come on, you need to catch up to the pack right now. Look at the dirt on Ramen's car at this point in time. Ramen's still approaching the spoon corner. And we have the majority of the pack already through 130R. Look at Kong. Kong's now clearing sector 2. As we speak, Ramen's still clearing the spoon corner and is trying to push now. Let's look at Ramen warming up his tires. Mangosteen has been disqualified from the session. So more drivers are just trying to get into the grid spot as soon as possible. And clearly, our Stewart, Clencher is a fan of Emirates, because he has taken a little bit of umbrage on my commands on Emirates. But that will be discussed beyond the race, okay? Clencher, I mean, let's focus on the race first. But now, let's see the cars just line onto the grid, and let's hope for a proper start this time around as the cars line on the grid. B-Sim didn't get his car lined up properly, but now it's time to race. The lights go out, 1 light, 2 light, 3, 4, 5, and the lights go out, and we are racing in Suzuka. Fantastic start. Oh, it was a great start away from SS38, who's already trying to go alongside Maple Leaf and past Maple Leaf into P2. SS38 now leads the race from P4. What a start from SS38, already past 98, and he's our new race leader. Carnage around the back though. Ramen, Takomaster, and Sinpo, this is going to be a little bit argy-bargy right here. And the pace differential for the drivers. Oh my god! It's Heejin crashing with Destiel right at the back. And I think Destiel has been damaged right there. Heejin is tagged Destiel and pulls them right at the back of the field. And more drama now as Mangosteen has crashed out on turn 5. I'm not sure what's happened there. And the full course yellow is triggered. VSC out, but clearly Mangosteen has hit somebody, and what a start it is. I'm not sure if the full stage cars only came out, but debris all over the track. SS38 and Norderate, Maple Leaf are top 3 now. Ramen has a drive-through penalty, clearly unaware of what's happening, but his speed, he spent under the VSC, and now the drive-through penalty for Red Bull, and Ramen's day has gone from perfect to worse. Disappointment there for Ramen, and he's lost another place in his spin. Oh, his crash! B-Sim is attacking the back of Ramen, but I don't know. It clearly thinks that I think Ramen is suffering some kind of connectivity issues right now. That's causing him to get a little bit of a desync right there. But does B-Sim have damage? Does any other driver have damage? What a dramatic start right here, but Heejin clearly right at the back of the pack right now, and there's no remedy for that. Green flag is on, so it's gonna be from bad to worse for those who need to pit. Clearly, the drivers who have damage right now, and no, no one has damage actually, although that look like a severe drama right now at the start. Heejin is down a pit for the Mangosteen. Extremely disappointed. Heejin is damaged. Heejin is damaged from hitting Destiel, and he'll need to pit and get rid of those medium tires. Now, what tire is he going to go to? Let's have a look at the board of Heejin as he enters his pit box on lap number 2. Heejin. Oh no, he didn't fix the wings. He's going for a new set of mediums. So he wants to do it on clear air, and I don't know. Did he release medium tires? I don't know. But, oh, it's interesting. But now let's go on board with the top few. Oh, there's another incident. Ramen went out onto the gravel, and that's resulted in him, losing a couple more spots. And let's not forget, Ramen has a drive-through penalty to serve. He's clearly struggling now. But the two drivers who are not struggling are SS38 versus Noidrit. The top two is separated by just 4/10 of a second. Noidrit is in pursuit of SS38 now. And now let's have a look at SS38, who's trying to defend by all his might with Noidrit. Just going all the back of him. Noidrit's going to shape up, move down through the Castle Triangle. Not quite, but it's still status quo. Wayne Boopy Doopy is really... It's separated. Oh, Maple Leaf has lost ground. Maple Leaf has run wide, and it's going to open the door for Wayne Boopy Doopy. Momo goes in. Wayne Boopy Doopy pits. That's why. But Momo has made the move on Maple Leaf. They go side by side into turn 1. Who is going to have his nose ahead into turn 1? It is going to be Momo. Momo up ahead into P3, ahead of Maple Leaf as they enter turn 1. Wayne Boopy Doopy is going on to another set of medium tires. Meanwhile, as Ramen will serve his drive-through penalty and says P13. So Ramen, we have lots of ground to work on now. But now, let's go back on board with SS38 versus Noidrit. The two out in front, still separated by half a second, with DRS now enabled. Now, this helping with DRS should be able to help Noidrit get past SS38. But SS38, look at that confidence. Now, we just lost ground. It just got a little bit leery through it happened there. So Noidrit has gained lots of ground. B-Sim has crashed and lost his front wing. Just over the second deck now. He's going the wrong way though, is he? No, he's going the right way now, but front wing gone for B-Sim. Would that be a virtual safety car? It will B-Sim. B-Sim is really struggling now in P11. Got his car perfectly done. But now we're bought with SS38 versus Noidrit. Are there going to be any moves done? Oh, he's going to dive? No dive bombs made by Noidrit. He remains patient because he knows the helping of DRS is going to come as the approach will start finish straight. There it is for Noidrit. DRS wide open. SS38 has definitely no answer to that, can he? He can answer for now because he still defends against Noidrit as Destio sets the fastest step of the race, who is currently running in 9th position so far. Destio now just maintaining spot in P9. Kong has a massive advantage now. It's out of P5. Now, let's have a look at the positions change as of lap 4 out of 27. Positions change-wise, Noidrit has passed SS38 as we speak into the end of the stage. So clearly SS38 has made a mistake there. But yes, Noidrit has regained his pole position as we speak. SS38 up 2 spots, Momo up 3 from 6. Once again, a very fantastic set from Momo. As yellow flags out, that's Ryan who has spun. Oh, careful, there's a little bit of unsafe rejoin as Simple goes past. Would Simple make a complaint about that? I'm not sure, but Ryan... imagine if he wasn't ghosted there. But yes, back on the position change. Noidrit with no position change, maintaining his lead. SS38 up 2 spots. Momo up 3. Maple Leaf down 1. Kong up 7 spots. Nick up 4. Destio up 7. Techromancer up 5. Simple up 2 spots. Ryan down 3 spots. Wayne Boopy Doopy very early stop there, down 9 spots. Ramen down 4, so not a very good day in the Red Bull camp this evening. B-Sim up 2 spots, Heejin down 5 spots, and Mangosteen unfortunately out of the race down in plumb last. So the only drivers to have spots stopped yet are Wayne Boopy Doopy, B-Sim and Heejin. Clearly I think he's fixing his front wing. But now let's go on board with Kong and Maple Leaf, because that's our closest battle right now. Maple Leaf clearly struggling on his hard tires. Maybe he didn't get those tires warm, but Kong clearly has got him warm. So that's why Kong is already within 2/10 of Maple Leaf and trying to ship a move up on him and trying to find a way past Maple Leaf. Look at that. Maple Leaf versus Kong. Kong is trying to go past, but can't find a way. Can't pass, but Wayne Boopy Doopy pits again. Wayne is going on to the... Is it hard tire? Yes, it's going for the hard tires now. It's strange. Just why did it making two stops? Would you just get rid of the tires? But now, oh! Mistake from Maple Leaf, and Kong goes round the outside, even begins to the hairpin. So now Kong is up to 4th place, and Maple Leaf goes to answer? No answer. Destiel, meanwhile, at the back, also getting past. Oh no, Nick is fighting with Destiel. Destiel and Nick round the outside. No, Destiel says no, thank you. I'll take the spot. Nick is trying to fight back on the medium compound tires, but no, we can't fight back. But now Maple Leaf also trying to fight back against Kong. Can he? Oh, can he? Can he basically get in the DRS range of Kong over the top finish straight? Let's have a look. Kong versus Maple Leaf. Gap now 7 tenths of a second. So Maple Leaf should have DRS over Kong over the next occasion through lap 5. Now let's have a look at Maple Leaf in the McLaren. Can he get past Kong? Kong now entering his top finish straight. This is Maple Leaf, DRS wide open. How much ground can he make on the Kong? Not by much there. He's only made up 3 tenths, and considering Maple Leaf's lack of confidence through the first sector, he's definitely going to be out of the DRS range by then. But now, next battle to look forward to is SS38 versus Momo, because now Momo has been steadily closing in on SS38, and Momo should be within DRS range of SS38 within the next lap also. So let's have a look between these two. Are we going to see any driver in the top 3 get within DRS range of each other? I don't know, but we're clearly looking at Noidrit and SS38. Oh, SS38 suddenly now within DRS range of Noidrit. So Noidrit must have made a mistake somewhere. SS38 is now closing in on Noidrit. So if we just look at the camera between SS38 and Noidrit, please, and look at that. SS38 is right in the thick of action. Now, if you are SS38, what would you be thinking of? Would you be thinking of attacking Noidrit, or would you be thinking of defending against Momo? You would be in a huge dilemma right now. So, are we going to see DRS being offered now to any of these drivers? Momo, oh, is he within? Is he within? He is within. 9 tenths of a second as it gets to SS38. So he will get an offering of DRS over SS38. So the pendulum has swung to Momo's favor now. So are we going to see DRS for Momo? Yes, DRS for Momo, but he couldn't gain by much, just 8 tenths of a second. Meanwhile, Ryan and Sinpo battling each other, and Ryan has got past Sinpo. Ryan and Sinpo, look at that. Who has the DRS? It's Ryan who has the DRS, and he's past Sinpo already, but Sinpo's only 5 back. Sinpo is trying to go around the outside of Ryan. Ryan takes P9. Oh, Sinpo, he's trying to go around the outside. Round the inside deals Sinpo, but Sinpo just not having the right tires at this point of time to fight against Ryan. Ryan holds his ground, and Ryan takes P9 cleanly away from Sinpo. But now, what about the gap out in the front? Momo still threatening SS30. This game of chess still continues between Noidrit, SS30, and Momo. Kong now, meanwhile, still trying to join the battle here. The top 5 separated by just 5 seconds at this point of time. All them playing this game of chess, all 6 lap, all hard tires, and thinking about who should be pitting first. Maple Leaf still, let's not count him out, he's still 1.98 seconds away from Destiel. So it's going to be a battle between Noidrit, SS38, Momo, Kong, Destiel, and Maple Leaf. We have a 6-way fight for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. And we're on lap 7 out of 27. It's going to be a long, long race to the end. Clearly, SS38 not having a best of time through the catastrophe, because Momo is now even way closer as compared to before to SS38. So are we going to see Momo having a huge advantage over SS38 now? Are we going to see anything? The gap is now 3 tenths, 2 tenths. Oh, it's close, but not close enough for Momo, unless he can force SS38 to a mistake. Can he? As we have another, B-Sim. Yes, B-Sim has made a mistake, and once again, through the second Dagner has lost his front wing. B-Sim losing his front wing, and can Heejin get through? Heejin goes through. So it is going to be B-Sim potentially getting lapped by the leaders. Oh, B-Sim spins again. B-Sim now having no grip at all, and B-Sim just having not having a best of times there. B-Sim is just cleared to happen in the 200R. Well, the leaders SS38 versus Momo, they're now true to happen, so Beastin will get lapped no matter what now. So, SS38 versus Momo, what's going to happen here within the top few? We have not seen either one of these drivers win a race before. We have not seen Nodrick win before. We have not seen SS38 win before. We've never seen Momo win before in JAF. So it is going to be really interesting to see any of these drivers win. Unless we have Kong and P4 trying to ruin the party for us. But Momo was ever closer to SS38 even before the Castle Triangle. And now this is going to be a huge opportunity for Momo, considering his confidence out of the Castle Triangle. Now look at that. Momo with a huge advantage. Now look at that. SS38 versus Momo. Momo now with DRS dives down to SS38. Momo is up into P2. SS38 has the answer? No, he has no answer to that. Momo up into second place, and I'm pretty sure Bushy Santa in the chat would be really happy with that. Momo up into second. But SS38 is still hanging within 0.3 of a second behind Momo. And as Momo can try to extend his advantage over SS38, is still representing a threat to Momo. Unless Momo can start to pull away, but I'm pretty sure that'd be a priority for Momo right now, who's now 1.4 seconds behind Nordred, but now SS38 is still 4 tenths behind him, but now SS38 has now got a thing of who's behind him again. It is going to be Desio and Kong, who's right behind him right now, and now it's going to be a four-way fight for second place, as this DRS strain is now forming behind Momo, but Momo is trying to make any kind of little bit of inroads behind Nordred. He's gained a 10th on Nordred over the past few corners, and now it's going to be Momo versus SS38 versus Desio versus Kong right now. So what's going to happen here through 130R? Who's going to have the confidence and who's going to gain the most time through 130R? Clearly, I think it's going to be Desio because SS38 doesn't appear to have the confidence they need. So Desio are really shaping up a move on SS38, and clearly, I think this should be easy for Desio now. Not a very clean run for SS38 outside. So even with DRS, Desio cleanly passes SS38 for third place. And now next target for Desio, it is going to be a Momo. Now SS38, after a spectacular start of the line, is starting to fall back into the midfield now because the next driver behind him is Kong, who is now 3 tenths right behind him. SS38 just clearly struggling on pace right now. Is it because of the tire? I don't know, but he was really quick over the early stages of the race. But with now the hard tires lasting 9 laps all, I think these tires are not. Well, I think he's been over pushing these tires too much, and now the tire wear is really starting to get to him. The best hope for SS38 now is to stay within DR's range of Desio, where he almost ran to the back of. Now clearly, yes, I think he's getting the cue right now. He is definitely getting the signal that he should stay within DR's range of the drivers in front of him and stay within this train. Now, SS38 should be able to hold off Kong if he doesn't make any more mistakes, but I think he did. That was a very clean run out of the spoon corner. And through 130R, I don't think that this is a strong point as well, because Kong is already alongside him, round the outside, even before. There's a spectacular move by Kong, and it's so Alonso Mason, that's it. Takes he can't afford to lose anymore, tries to dive, but he can't. But he'll have another helping of DRS over Kong. Kong will not have the DRS over the defense over here of SS38. He will still, but can SS38 get past Kong? I don't think so. Kong's using his battery, SS38 is all battery, and Kong retains P4. Now, the only hope for SS38 now is to stay within DR's range of Kong. But I'm pretty sure, well, I think Kong can use the battle between Desio and Momo to get his helping with. But now, who do you think has better pace? Will it be Nordred or will it be Kong? Or will it be Desio? The question now is, can Nordred hold off Desio? The answer is, I don't think so. Because now Desio is now within DR's range, within the 1 second crucial range of Nordred. So Desio, on lap 11 out of 27, has gained all the way up from 14th place, all the way up to P2, and is now threatening the race leader for the other race. The gap now between Nordred and Desio, 7 tenths of a second. We might be able to see a second change for the lead of this race. By the end of this lap, look at that. Destiel just hounding the race leader in a very Verstappen-esque fashion. And similar to Max Verstappen, they all started on the hard compound tires. If you think about a Miami Grand Prix recently of Max Verstappen actually started from P9 on the grid and made his way up to the lead in the race within a matter of a few laps. And now we're going to see Destiel perform and not show us another Max Verstappen-like performance through the start-finish straight. Neudrit, with no helping of DRS, is going to be left vulnerable. He's using his battery now. Neudrit holds off Destiel for now, but by how much longer? Destiel is within DRS range of Neudrit, and I'm pretty sure Neudrit will soon be running out of juice. We're seeing Destiel clearly being a more confident driver down to the S corners. And as they approach the Dagnus, oh, Destiel almost loses it, but keeps his car cleanly on the circuit. Oh, he almost went to the wall there, Destiel. But I think he didn't lose by much, really lost times in order by 2/10. So the battle for the lead continues. Oh, as a look down the inside of Neudrit. Slow in, fast out by Neudrit, and that keeps him in the battle for now. But Destiel is ever closer now. The gap now just a quarter of a second between them. Neudrit versus Destiel. Oh, this is going to be interesting here. Destiel is now hounding Neudrit now, and he's gaining by half a second per lap. Destiel was really close to Neudrit right now. Are we going to see any moves down 130R? I don't think so, but I think Destiel would really want the helping of DRS right now. Few tenths. I think this will be it for Destiel. He has the exit, he has the slipstream from Neudrit, and now through the start-finish straight, when lap 13 commences, he has the helping of DRS. Neudrit now has no answer for Destiel. Oh, has he? Because now they're going side by side into the first corner. Round the outside goes Destiel and takes the lead of the race. Our third race leader, ladies and gentlemen, we have Destiel. So the question now for Neudrit now is, would he want to stay within DRS range of Destiel? Does he? Maybe he needs to, because Momo is now 1.4 seconds behind him. But he would really want to have the helping of DRS from Destiel to keep him in contention for the race lead of this race. So far, it's working out for him, because he's within 9/10s, but he can't afford to lose much more. Oh, this is his weak point here. It is happening here. Where Destiel is so strong, and I think the game is up. The game is up for Neudrit. Out of the 1 second window. To Spoon, I think challenge for Neudrit. Can he stay within it? The answer is maybe. But oh! Destiel made a mistake there. No, Neudrit's going to come back at him. Neudrit's going to make him come back at him. But Destiel plants his car perfectly. And now this is a move for Neudrit to get back at Destiel. Is Neudrit going to try to dive? No. He's going to do what Destiel did to him. So, if you've heard what I mean, you dare use my spells against me, Potter? That's what Destiel's thinking right now of Neudrit. Neudrit is now trying to use DRS against Destiel to regain the lead of the race. We're at half race distance now. 0.4 of a second separate Destiel and Neudrit, and just because of the one mistake made by Destiel, True Spoon, Neudrit is back in contention now with Destiel. 13 lap old hard tires for all of the top 7 right now. This is going to be a question of how well can these drivers conserve the tires. Now, every driver, to be fair, bar BSIM on 5 lap over soft tires are now on the white mark hard tires, albeit the top 8 now have yet to make a pit stop. So this is going to be really interesting here of who can take care of the tires the best. Clearly, the answer is Kong, because Kong seems to have the confidence of Momo now, and he's really closing in a Momo now. The gap between them just half a second. Kong is appearing to have the upper edge of a Momo, of a Kong, and it's a yellow flag now. Is Heejin? Oh, Heejin's out. Heejin's out of the session. He's crashed a Spoon. So that's it. Alfa Romeo out of the session, and a full safety car has been deployed at lap 14 of 27, and that is it A full safety car has been deployed, and that's gonna throw a spanner in the works right now. If you're Destiel, if you're Nodri, if you're Momo, do you think the medium compound tires and can they survive? No. Drive-through penalty for Wayne Whoopie Doopie for speeding under the safety car, and it's going really slow now, but there's no point. Because now he's impeding Simple, and now he's got a drive-through penalty, and Red Bull Zay becomes from bad to worse. But what? Oh, Momo's retired! Momo's retired! Momo! Where did Momo crash though? Momo... Whoa! Momo has... Oh, Momo's calling quits. He's called a day and... Yeah, oh, he's crashed in the pit entry, and certainly there is one to be investigated by the stewards. Clearly, a collision has happened at the pit entry, and Momo is our victim of it. Momo is definitely... Oh, Ryan's got the penalty, the spinning pitted, and now this is JAF here. The drama has started on lap 14 of 27. We had a relatively mundane first half of the race, and now the action is starting to come to us. Big names here: Heejin, Momo, DNFing on almost the same part, almost the same section of the same part of the track, and now this is JF. It is game on. Every one of these drivers have pitted onto fresh mediums, and the counter is reset. It is going to be another proper restart, a rolling restart, and Destiel is now a de facto safety car to start the race again when the safety car appears in the pit lane. Wayne Boopy Doopy and Nick also pits in for fresh mediums. Sinpo is the only driver who has not pitted, say it out, and now in P8. He's back in contention. He has great position, but he'll be on worn hard tires towards the end. Well, actually, maybe not. 14 lap all hard tires. It can work. It can work. But then how is he going to handle those drivers on medium combo tires around him? That's the question, because on those hot tires, it's so hard to warm those hot compound tires. But against those medium compound tires, he will have a disadvantage for now. But Simpo, hipping out him on the number 2 Williams car, Simple will have a huge advantage against those medium compound runners around him towards the end of the race. When those medium compound runners start to have tire wear problems, that is probably from lap 24 onwards. So during the final 4 laps of the race, are we going to see a resurgence of Simple and scoring his first points of the season? So you have the first few: Destiel, Nodrit, Kong, SS38, Maple Leaf, Chakra. If you just pull up the position changes so far, we have Destiel, who has gained 13 places from the start, starting P14, now in P1. Definitely accolades for driver of the day right here for Destiel. Nodrit in P2, who just unfortunately lost the lead of the race to Destiel. Kong, another fantastic performance. He started 12th, now in 3rd place. SS38 maintains in 4th place as Ryan pits. But why? Oh, to serve his penalty. Yes, he has a penalty. So, oh, and Nick has a severe collision with Roman. As debris coming over the place again. So, oh, he does not have the luxury like Ryan, but he collides with Roman. Oh, Roman stops again. And Nick. Wow, so all penalties coming away by race control. It appears to be... Wow. So, I don't know what's going on, but definitely the train has become extremely congested through the S-curves. That the cars are just running to the back of each other, and now we're seeing penalties being dished out like no tomorrow. So, currently, lap 16 out of 27. We have Destiel leading from Nodri and Kong, and I'm pretty sure the story of the Japanese Grand Prix isn't over yet. So safety car coming in at the slab. We have all drivers. Together with the safety car now. It's going to be... Well, the safety car should be pulling in any time from now. And yes, safety car is in at the end of this lap. So what are we going to see right here? What we're going to see anything from our race teams right here. And now the race is restart now. Destil has dropped behind him, but he's caused chaos right behind him because Kong, everything's just unfolding behind him. Maple Leaf made a move for assassin in. Chaos over the clutch through turn 1. What we're going to see now, it is side by side Maple Leaf Tachomancer. Tachomancer holds the place right now. Not much changes at this point in time. But now, Simple is into the pit. I don't know why he has the ring change. I'm not sure. Simple is done go on maintenance, but I don't know why he's pitted now. That's weird by Simple. Why is he pit? Essentially ruined his potential points scoring position, but that appears to be a strategical error from the Williams team. But now it's Destil still holding the lead away from Nodra and Kong, with a whole set of drama happening right behind them. No DRS for the first 2 laps, of course, after the safety car, but now it's gonna be a huge battle for the top 4 now. Destil, Nodra, Kong, SS to the end. It's gonna be way boopy doopy, making me a lot of mistakes as well. So it's going to be a huge 7-way battle for the lead right now. Anything can happen from now between lap 17 and lap 18. What's going to happen here? Who's going to get a DRS? And by the end of the next lap, we shall see. But Noidre having a very good run down at Destil now. Are we going to see any moves done? Down into the Castle Triangle. It looks as if we are. Noidre not taking the risk. Noidre stays in P2. They're having a DRS right now, but that's going to compromise the exit. Kong, can he take anything? No, not quite. Both of them, they're all playing game of chess now. They just want to have this DRS street up and running. 2-2 at the end of lap 19. But now it is going to be Nodred who's really trying to make inroads in Destil. Clearly having more confidence compared to Destil at this point of the race. But now Destil not appearing to make any gains on Nodre at this point in time. Kong, in fact, is actually the one closing on Nodre. Meanwhile, SST Maple Leaf losing out to Kong right now to the top 3. So it is going to be a top 3 fight, a 3-way fight for the lead now. Is Kong. Kong's trying to make a move. Kong's trying to make a move. Can make the move. Is trying to have a look down the inside, but he can't. And feels it's too unsafe to do so. But it's going to be Nodre versus Kong now, as Destil has some breathing space away from Nodre at this point in time, who is now trying to focus on defending against Kong. That's going to be huge relief for Destil at this point in time. But now Kong is trying to gain more time on Nodre now. Maybe try to make a move here. 3 tenths to get now. 2 tenths. No. No line being lined up right now between Nodre and Kong. So Kong, if there's DRS for him, it's gonna work, but no DRS form for now, as Destil has the fastest up the race once more. And as it stands, Destil will extend his championship lead over Tachomancer from 9 points. Oh no! This almost made contact there. That is between Nodre and Kong. But yes, as it stands, the championship lead from Destil to Tachomancer will be from 9 points, and it will be extending to 27 points by the end of this race. So that's going to give Destil 1 race worth of advantage over Tachomancer. So that's going to give Destil certainly the championship, the World Championship here for JAF Season 5, if it stays as it is. Tachomancer would really appreciate Maple Leaf and SST getting out of his way. It could happen, but no, it's not going to work for Tachomancer at this stage of the race. Once again, traffic not playing to the favor of Tachomancer. He was getting a bit impatient of a Maple Leaf right now. Not working out, but DRS should be able pretty soon. and that should change all those things at the front of the field. We should see Destil still trying to manage things up front, but now Nodri and Kong are really getting close to him. His gap is still 1 second separating the top 3 of this race. Is that DRS? DRS is already enabled. The train is started. Can Nodri make any inroads of Destil? Just by a bit, but clearly not enough. Can Taco Mesa make any inroads on Maple Leaf? The answer is not enough. So it's going to be a game of conserving their energy for now. Destil, Nodri, and Kong still singing a status quo. Clearly Nodri nothing in the best of corners right there. Through the snakes. And that's going to invite Kong to try to make some kind of offensive move over Nodri as they approach the 2 darkness. Now, Kong, 3 fans away from Nodri. So, finish the second darkness is true to happen. Kong, any offensive moves he's going to make? Any dives? No, play safe there for Kong. As it just kills Nodri, true to happen. Yellow flags occurring right there, and it's going to be Ryan who's made the same mistake as Heejin over the early stages. I think he made contact with Nick earlier, and Ryan has lost his front wing, and there is another safety car. Another safety car has happened, owing to Ryan's broken front wing, and Ryan, once again, really lucky with the safety cars every single time, losing his front wing, and still emerging as really a lucky person right now. Because, what's his gaps? 32 seconds ahead of Wayne Boopy Doopy is going to gun himself a free pit stop over Wayne. And certainly, are we going to see any drivers try to switch over to the soft tires at this stage? Let's look at the race leaders. Is Destil going to pit? Is he going to sell the dummy? Destil pits. No, he doesn't pit. Doesn't. Are we going to see any do what he doesn't do moves from the top 6? Not quite. No one trusts the soft tires at this point in time. But I'm pretty sure Ryan would. Ryan would, because he needs to fix his front wing anyway. Ryan is pitting. No, Anik's pitting as well. Anik, Ryan, and Ramen, they're all switching to the soft tires. Nope, new set of mediums for Ramen. Ryan, what's wrong with the switch to? Mediums. So it's just Anik going onto the soft compound tires. Interesting. Wayne stays out and goes up into P8, 6.0 medium tire state, and is behind his teammate Ramen. So it's going to be a Red Bull collaboration right here between Ramen and Wayne. But now the question is, for those on the soft tires, what is the equation going to be for Anik and Ryan? Simple as well. Simple going on the soft tires. So keep an eye out on Anik, Ryan, and Simple. All 3 of them have not been lapped at this point in time, but they're on fresh new compound tires. Ramen, Anik, Ryan, and Simple, fresh new medium and soft compound tires. Which of these strategies is going to work? Or is the advantage going to lie with those on the medium compound tires? By virtue of track position, is that going to be an advantage? That's still Nodri and Kong at the front. The game of chess has begun now, and things are going to unravel within the next 5 laps. So, top few as it is now, it is going to be Nodrit, Destil, Nodrit, Kong, SSTD, Maple Leaf, Techromancer, Ramen now at P7, Wayne, 6.0 medium tires. Definitely we need to defend against a naked P9, as well as Ryan in 10 and Simple in 11. So Wayne not in the best of positions right now. He has track position over the field behind him, but that's going to spell a bit of a problem for Wayne. For those on the B-Sim pits, new soft tires for B-Sim. Now, B-Sim is a driver who has been lapped by everybody, but by virtue of having those soft tires now, what he aims to do is to try to unlap himself over the rest of the drivers, including Simple, who's going to pass him right now. B-Sim, because let's not forget, if you're a lap driver trying to unlap yourself, you'll be ghosted by trying to pass all the other drivers, albeit you're going to cause a bit of a chaos with your ghost, causing a bit of a problem with the other drivers. So that's going to be a bit of a problem for Beesim by other drivers complaining against him. But make no mistake about it, is this going to be a legal move, honestly? So big issue for Beesim. Can he unlap himself by the end of the safety car? So all 11 drivers here, every driver except Beesim are on the lead lap, and they will be starting together on the same restart. Now, in F1 22, you're not allowed to unlap yourself under the safety car, so it is all up to you to cover those ground, make up those ground after the safety car has ended. So we're on lap 22 out of 27. Racing will begin on lap 23 out of 27. We'll have 5 laps of racing, assuming nothing else goes wrong. But effectively, the whole field is neutralized now. But can Beesim do anything to actually unlap himself from now to the end of the race? Safety car is now at the Spoon corner. So we should be able to see the safety car peel in pretty shortly. So Dusty will become our de facto safety car of this race. Weaving now, and now he has dropped the hammer. Destiel has dropped the hammer, and now we are starting the race once more. It is going to be Destiel away from Norway, from Kong, from SS City, and cars going all over the place now. Oh, will the speed differential cause any drama into turn 1? Clean through turn 1, side by side. Wayne Boopy Doopy, Nick is past Wayne Boopy Doopy, and Wayne is down to 9th. But now we're going to see Kong how Norway till no tomorrow, as the remainder of the cars go side by side. Oh, it's Nick and Wayne. Wayne going pretty aggressive down through the back now. But oh, it's a little bit aggressive, and cars over the track now, and it's all over the place, and cars all over the place. Nick's retired, and that is it. Nick has retired from the race after multiple contacts around the back. I'm not sure if Simple got involved as well, but Nick is out of the race. That's our 4th DNF now. And Simple surely will score his first points of the season unless something happens to him for the next few laps. Simple now running P10 now. But I'm not sure if there's something going to be an investigation which is going to, well, an investigation which is going to take place after that, because certainly that was really controversial, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to be investigated by the stewards once more, and I'm pretty sure. Well, Clencher, if you're watching this, sorry, Clencher, you're gonna be in for a hard time this weekend in terms of stewarding. Meanwhile, still Destiel away from Norway, from Kong. Your top 3 SST down to P4. Well, top 4 now, still within the RS, which other 9 laps in. Ramen not able to make any inroads on Maple Leaf in P7. Wayne Boopy Doopy and Ramen, potentially this Ramen himself into turn 1. Spinning is down to P10. That, well, the tire advantage is gone. Simple still maintaining P9. So they're only getting his first points, but getting 2 at the same time. So, and more safe car now is Ramen. Spins again. And does another donut. Ramen's down in P10 now, and I think he's left the session. Simple now holding Ryan for P8 actually, so this is really interesting. How Simple is going to fare against Ryan? Are we going to see Simple make his first overspeed of the season? So multiple cars maintaining really closely so far, but now let's go to Wayne Boopy Doopy. Wayne Whoop Boop. Oh, that's not Boop Maple Leaf there, but Maple Leaf clearly struggling, or at least not over medium tires. Wayne Boopy Doopy really having a huge advantage over Maple Leaf just on tire preservation. But Simple is really putting those soft tires on good use. Simple attacking right through 130R. Are we going to see anything from Simple down into the next corner? No, not quite. But now I've never seen such offense from Simple before. Simple goes wide, but now really with the DRS here from Simple, although he's losing time, he's really hounding Ryan for P8 now. Look at this there. Oh, wow. Simple really hounding Ryan through the look at the S corners now. We know Simple's weak through here, but putting those tires advantage here. We keep an eye still on Maple Leaf and Wayne Boopy Doopy because just so stuck like glue through the S corners. But Simple has been gaining time on Ryan through the S corners here. Pretty sure there'll be one point where he starts to lose any sort of concentration and starts to get on right now. But who's going to lose concentration first? It's going to be Wayne, Maple Leaf, Simple against Ryan. Battles all over the field right now, and clearly I think there's someone's gonna lose their patience even before we know it. Keep an eye on the battles. Ryan versus Simple, Wayne versus Maple Leaf, Nordred versus Kong. We're on lap 25 or 27, and battles are starting to appear everywhere up and down the grid. Look at that, it's Simple versus Ryan still. I've never seen such offense from the Williams driver now, and look at that point exit from Ryan. Simple has a huge advantage now. True 130R. Are we going to see Simple make a move to Ryan? No, not quite. But a clinical performance from Simple in the P9. Look at this. With the DRS. Are we going to see any moves from Simple? Not quite now. But oh my goodness me. Are we going to see anything from Simple? I think we're going to see anything here. We are going to see anything from Simple now with DRS with Ryan. Look at this from Simple. Is he going to make a move? No, not quite. Simple stays within 2 tenths of Ryan, but still giving Ryan the pressure that he needs. I've never seen anything like this before. And there's a guaranteed P9 now, so let's keep on the track because Ramen has spit it. He's blocking his front wing. Simple wants that P8 so desperately from Ryan right now. Look at this. I'm pretty sure everyone's rooting me on as SS to the end makes his move past Kong. Kong clearly making a mistake somewhere. Kong doing a switcheroo. Kong almost built to work with SS38. What about Wayne Boopy Doopy? No moves made. But now it's going to be Kong versus SS38 for P3. The final podium spot on now. Just smooth corner to go. Kong and SS38. What a move we're going to see now from Kong. Kong was that position back. SS38 still holds his ground. But now, we'll still bring it up this time, but now going side by side. Kong, before 130R, is once again past SS38. But now SS38 will have the DRS. Oh, trying to dive bomb. Oh, the tap. Look at tap. And SS38 has the 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He did a move, he paid the price, and Tachomancer is now going to have a huge advantage over him. And Tachomancer out of nowhere starting to make inroads at 38. Are they going to make 3 right down to turn 1? No, not quite. But Tachomancer knows very well that he only needs to stay within 3 seconds of SS38 to get that place. But he wants that place. He wants that place away from SS38 to attack Kong into the final stages. But I believe 4th place would be good enough for him. SS38 would fall due through the cracks, possibly even behind Wayne Boopy Doopy, who's now aware that SS38 has some kind of penalty within him and will be really trying to push Maple Leaf up. If he wants that place over Kong, he wants that P6 there, Wayne. We know Wayne's best of the rest, but he can't afford to stay behind Maple Leaf for long. But still getting impatient. Runs, makes a mistake. That's it for Wayne Boopy Doopy. I think he's going to say P7, but now Ryan versus Simple. Oh, Simple getting pressure. Simple spins! Simple spins! And the battle's on! The battle's off! Ryan will secure P8, and the battle's over between Ryan and Simple. Simple will stay P9. That is it for a battle between Ryan and Simple. But what about a battle in front between Destil, Nodric, Kong, and SS38? Destil now through the Castle Triangle. We'll complete the penultimate corner, and our race winner in Japan, Destil wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Away from Nodric, just 2 seconds behind. Kong leading a race behind. Tachomancer to complete the final podium spot. SS38, how much will he lose? He'll fall behind Wayne Boopy Doopy. He'll fall behind Wayne Boopy Doopy. SS38 finishes 7th place. Ryan in 8th place, but hold your applause for Simple, who gets his first points of the season. He will complete in 9th place, 2 points for Simple, and Ramen in the final Red Bull, just completing our top 10. 11 out of 15 drivers completing today's Japanese Grand Prix. And what drama we had it again, once again, in another apocalyptic JF race. So it appears that those with the 30 level medium tires held on, and they persevered to call and definitely get the top 8, the top 6 of this race. But what a race we had! Driver of the day, definitely Destiel for another last to first phenomenal finish by Destiel from 14th to first place. That is surely one to bring up in the podium interviews later. So, that's it. The podium interview is up next, but what another astonishing finish here. Destiel, Nordrid, and Kong all top 3. Technomancer in P4. Maple Leaf in P5. Wayne Boopy Doopy in P6. SS38 in P7. Well, and surprisingly, we have only one driver who's SS38 getting a penalty there, but what a race we had. So once again, what a great race we had here. So that's it. We'll bring you the results once more. So just a little bit of apologies. We just had a bit of a problem. The stream will be back up soon. Once again, I apologize for the temporary glitch here. And yes, we're back. Sorry, just let me readjust my camera a little bit. So yes, welcome back, and we'll bring you the race results right here. It is gonna be first up. It is gonna be Destiel with fantastic winning here. So it is gonna be Destiel with a fantastic winner from last to first with 130.779. Nordrid with 132.033. Kong with 132.016, 132.377 for Technomancer. And Maple Leaf and Wayne running out the top 6. SS38 and Ryan, Simple, Ramen, all these drivers who gamble on the fresh new tires, apparently this did not work out for them as they finished 6th to 10th. So it goes to show that here in the Japanese Grand Prix, track position is so important, and that's what Destiel, Nodra, and Kong have proved to us. So without further ado, let's carry on to continue our podium interviews. So first up, we have Nodra, Destiel, and Kong to give our points interviews here.
Hello.
And yes, thank you, Clutcher. I don't know why you're so excited to see my face, but would you like me to do anything? But I mean, we're on stream. I shouldn't be doing anything stupid. So yeah. So once again, a little bit of a it's a bit of a problem right here, but Nick and Wayne having a bit of a discussion back in the podium now. Well, Nick requesting for Wayne's POV, so apparently having a bit of some problems right there. And yes, come on, Simple. Obviously, Brendan Williams driver getting first points. If you do remember, Nick DeFries getting first points in the Williams back in Italy last year. Same reaction there. Come on, Nick DeFries. He was voted driver of the day. So, guys in the chat, do you think Simple deserves driver of the day, or would your vote still goes to Desio, who did the first finish? So, that's us here. I mean, come on, no, Simple. So, I guess you have our votes of accolades for Simple getting driver of the day. I mean, if you do remember Nick DeFries back in Italy, I mean, he just got points, his first points, but still got his driver of the day kind of accolade. But obviously, no one cared with Verstappen that evening. So, yes, we have Desio in the VC already. So, let's start with our first question here. First things first for Kong and Desio. So, both of you put in finishes. So I have one question for you all, which is effective your qualifying. Both of you did not perform in qualifying, and both of you decided to quit in qualifying, but you all started between P12 and P14, and you'll actually work your way up into the podium position. So actually, we would want to find out what was your motivation behind not doing your qualifying lap. So Kong, maybe you want to go first?
Yeah, we do a little bit of tomfoolery around here, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
no,
yeah. We know we have not going to say anything, but we know we have the pace to catch up. So we wanted to make it interesting for the viewers, you know?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, no, I felt it was fair after Tekro and Desho both retired, so yeah, I didn't want to have a lonely race at P1.
So it's just a matter of friendly kind of competition, like some kind of sportsmanship between going
Yep,
between you
yep, yep.
guys.
Yeah, that was
We had
before I
a
found out the
gentleman's
surprise.
agreement.
Yeah, that.
All right, gentlemen's agreement. So now that moves on to our second question for both of you, which is how do you feel actually going from the back of the grid to the front? I mean, it's the last of first for Destil and P3 from P12 for Kong. So how do you feel for this kind of performance?
Well, it's very easy because the DRS, there's only one DRS zone, and you can easily, make your opponent have the wrong line, and then you have the better line, and then the DRS is quite long. So I guess it's I mean, for me it's quite easy to pass, especially I had a low drag downforce setup, so it was pretty fun starting from the back. I got screwed in the first lap. I got wrong I got hit at the wrong timing by a spinning car. I think it was an Alfa Romeo. I think it was Anik or something. Wait, I forgot, but I don't know. I got hit,
Let's
but
not
I
point
almost
names.
I almost got sent into the wall, but I managed to save it by like an inch, so I didn't get any damage, and I was able to continue from there.
So both of you trying to replicate the Max Verstappen here. How similar do you think that your performance was that to a typical Max Verstappen kind of comeback, like from as we highlighted earlier that Miami, he made it out from P9 to P1, and from you actually better. You made it from P14 to P1. So was it kind of a replication of Max Verstappen that you outperformed?
Yeah. I was trying to do the last two first with try to make it as challenging as possible for me.
Right. So I guess both of you scored good points this race, and I think the next race is Baku. So hopefully, always a street circuit, and definitely is a more riskier circuit compared to Japan. And hopefully, you can replicate this thing again. I mean, starting from the back is normally safe in the street circuit, and hopefully, both of you can replicate the same performance in the next race. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, do you think you can replicate that in Baku, which is race number 6?
Nah, bro, I'm not starting last again. I want that prize money, okay?
Yeah, we
I'm
didn't
gonna
know there
sweat.
was prize money, so now that we know, we'll put in more effort.
Yeah, I need to sweat. F123 is very expensive, so need to offset that.
Yeah, it's like $100. There's no way.
True, champions is 130, bro. Like, what the hell? Daylight robbery, man. I swear.
I think we can continue discussing this in the grandstand in the server. So yeah, I think that concludes the podium interview for both of you. Thank you very much for your time. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, thank
Bye-bye.
you. See ya. Now, Noidred, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah. So posted for this race and start and finish in P2. So overall, how have your thoughts for this race? Like, how was everything? And yeah, give us your overall thoughts for this race.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't expect to hang anywhere near the top. Like, I only had like an hour of practice and I haven't played this game for like a month. And yeah, I was damn satisfied with my qualifying lap and put me in pole position. I was freaking excited, I had no idea I could even go anywhere close like top 3 or something. But to be able to do this well in qualifying and in the race, I'm very happy. And also, managed to defend off Kong, which I didn't think I'll be able to do because I know he's extremely fast and I'm not sure how the championship is going, but Destia and Kong seem to be like, the top two. Yeah.
Oh, right. So overall, I mean, you did fantastic. Like earlier, your lap was a 129.5. That was a very, very last ditch effort that actually displaced Wayne Bupidupi off the top spot. So overall, how do your thoughts of that? Do you actually thought you actually do it, or do you think it was only because that Desiel Kong and they did not do their laps, which is why you end up getting pole?
I think for sure, I mean, if they did their qualifying laps, I wouldn't be at pole, but, I'm satisfied to even get pole, regardless whether they qualify or not.
So, right. And the final question, next race, as well as the other two, is that we'll be going to Baku. So, as reserve driver, let's say if you are given an opportunity to race again in Baku, so what are your thoughts for the Baku circuit? Do you think you'll be able to replicate this kind of performance again in Baku?
Yeah, I think I could actually because yeah, I'm way more suited to Baku than Suzuka, and I'll probably do way more practice if I get in the race. That is.
All right. So, I guess viewers here look at Nodri. I mean, he might be the best performing reserve driver for this season. So, let's look at the second half for this season. 5 more races to go, and I'm pretty sure Nodred will create some kind of impression for the final 5 races of the season. So thank you, Nodred, for your time, and best of luck for the final 5 races.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now we do have a special guest for this interview. In addition to the podium interview, we would like to bring in a special interview here, and that's looking at the results. P9 Sinpo, who has not scored points for a really extended period of time. So special feature there, Sinpo, who's he was finished P9. We know that he's not the fastest driver in 1.7, but having his first points of the season. So welcome Sinpo to a special interview for this race.
Well, good evening. Good evening, guys. I'm Simple.
Yeah, clearly not hiding his enjoyment right now. The Simple. So, Simple, give us your overall thoughts from for qualifying. I mean, you're about 3 seconds off the pace. So, actually, were you happy with your qualifying performance, or do you feel that would you intend to start from P11 in the first place, or would you have preferred to go to Q3?
For me, actually, I do feel like, you know what, just see how it goes. Because to be honest, I'm on used tires. So you know what, just give it a try. Because to be honest, I'm like 7 or 8 tenths behind. Is it Heejin or is it Hong? Okay, so I was like 7 or 8 tenths behind them. So I was thinking, you know what, let's give it a try on the used tires. You know what, doesn't hurt. So I mean, it didn't went there, so it's okay. So you know what, P11 is fine. Never mind. Probably it's my best start. It's my best starting grid for this season already. I mean, you know what, let's just see how it goes and how the race plays out.
Well, look at the reactions from the chat that everyone's feeling happy for you. So I'm pretty sure. Oh, come on, Simple. So lots of fanfare here for Simple here. So lots of supporters here for you, Simple. So how are you feeling with all the support behind you for this race, especially? Everyone feels so happy for you for this race. So anything to say for supporters right now? Look at the reactions in the chat right now for Simple. Look at this. So anything to say for supporters right here in the chat? Look at this, man.
Thank you guys very much for your support. I mean, without you all, I won't be here. Thank you guys for everything you've done for me so far. This is not just for me, it's for all of us. Let's celebrate together. Let's go.
Amazing, that Simple. And finally, what are your thoughts during race? It was a dramatic race earlier on. I mean, you had your ups and downs. At one point, you were threatening Ryan. So give us your insights on how were you threatening Ryan so much. I mean, nobody here would have expected you to threaten a driver with such a high caliber like Ryan, but it was such the power of the Williams to actually catch up to the Alfa Romeo. So it was amazing that you actually showed all the viewers of what you're potentially capable of, especially you were so weak in the S corners during the qualifying stage. So I don't know what got into you during the race stage, but how do you give your overall thoughts about that? How did you actually get so close to Ryan and actually made a few offensive moves on him?
I actually just stay back, and I think there was an incident, 2 or 3 laps. I think that was lap 23-24. I think there was some contact in front between, I think, was it Wayne or Raman on? I think he has a bit of contact. I think he has a bit of damage. That's why I am able to catch up so much to him. I mean, he did his good job by holding me off. I mean, he's a great driver, definitely. Like, I mean, I did my best to try to catch up to him. I mean, kind of like messed up at the last point, but I guess, I mean, I got some luck along the way. Like, without him having damage on his front right wing, as what I had heard after talking to him, I won't also have a chance to even fight him. I mean, I guess luck and also everything plays out in a good way for me that I can able to at least challenge him for P8.
Amazing. So definitely a lot of offensive moves from Simple, which is you. I mean, compared to the previous races. So everyone's really happy for you here. And well, the next race, as we can see, is going to be the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which is in Baku. So what are your thoughts on the Baku street circuit and how well adapted you are to the street circuit in Baku?
Okay, frankly speaking, I mean, I don't really have high hopes for that circuit because, to be honest, that is a very challenging circuit because it's very narrow, especially sector 2 and 3, especially to the castle section. It's actually very narrow. So probably, like, I would say that I'm not very confident, but probably through practice and whatnot, probably I hope to get myself in some certain levels that I can say that I'm ready to race there.
So that's it for Simple. I mean, well, like any other driver, this is the JAF whereby every driver, regardless whether you're in the front runner or the back marker, you have the potential to actually capitalize on other drivers' errors and overtake, whether it is going to be on the track or capitalize on someone else's errors. And that's how Simple actually scored its first 2 points of the season. Thank you very much, Simple. And yes, good luck for the next 5 races.
Thank you to you too.
Yep, see ya. And yes, that concludes our podium interviews for this race. And yes, we've seen how these drivers, I mean, we wouldn't expect simple definition P9, or even like or even so close to the likes of Ramen in P10 or even Ryan in P8. So really amazing sort of performance by some of these drivers today. And I'm pretty sure from the simple, if anyone to tank, yes, Clencher, yes, tank everybody already. And Clencher, I know you get a race to it, but please do not penalize Simple just because he didn't tank anyone. And yep, no tickets on this, please. I mean, he did thank you. He did, I mean, maybe because he didn't thank you because yeah, you gave him your support. And yes, Clencher, I understand. This can be settled privately, but yes, you're on stream once again. Next race will be Baku, and like Simple, many other drivers would fear Baku as one of the hardest street circuits on the calendar. And especially some drivers already bring up on the grandstand some talk about potentially doing a Charles Leclerc in the castle section. Some drivers actually running out of turn one and potentially causing another Formula 2S-like incident as what happened earlier this season. Remember the 6-car power-up over the turn one earlier on in this race. I mean, during a sprint race Formula 2, you have 5 drivers with DNF after making an incident into turn one. And definitely, if you think Japan is going to be dramatic enough, wait till we see Baku in 2 weeks' time. I mean, definitely for street circuits, we are going to see more drama, more action here in the JAF. It's going to happen on the 27th of May, which would be 1 month, exactly 1 month after the actual Azerbaijan Grand Prix in real life. So, who's going to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? Who's going to take the pole as well? Who's going to walk away with the most points in Azerbaijan? We'll have to find out in 2 weeks' time at anime. But right now, see you, stay hydrated, especially those in Singapore. And goodbye, everybody, and enjoy the weekend. See you again.
Our lips, they tasted like those cigarettes. Staring at the moon, we'd go to bed. In my arms, you're safe and sound, without a threat. And I can't wait to see what happens next. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in.